get a chance to have a whole month of Freedom membership as a bonus from us if you spend over £30. I'll tell you more about that a bit later on, though. Jeremy's back.
Hi, Dave. How are you? Nice to see you. Happy New Year.
And you.
It's too late to say that, is it?
Happy Easter.
Yeah. Happy Easter, yeah. Sorry, we've moved on.
We have moved on. Now, we've got Permin cross-stitch for you in the show, and that is a brilliant brand. We've done shows together before.
We have, yes.
But do you know what? If I were to pick one thing in the show today that I think is going to really go very well, it would be this.
Yeah, that's why we... Yeah, I definitely do, yes.
This is so cute. It's adorable. This is a tablecloth. Obviously, it's got very much a kind of an Easter theme to it, but you can use it all year round, I suppose, as well. But you've got the cutest little chicks that you cross-stitch, and there are 4 of those, and then you've actually got 4 panels that have got the leaves as well. But look at it, it's absolutely adorable. And bite-sized projects, these wouldn't take you too long, would they?
No, not at all, no. We chose this for the show because we kind of really like seasonality. And obviously when you're cross-stitching and embroidering, it does take you longer to do than, say, papercraft and things. It's not so instant. So it's always a good thing to have one eye on the future. We thought horrible cold January, although it's a nice day today.
Well, the Easter eggs in the shop.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. I don't buy them because I'd eat them, but... No. Yeah, quite. So Easter's quite early. Well, it's kind of the first weekend in April, so you'd have ample time to stitch this great project for Easter.
And even if you haven't got necessarily a dining table you would put it on, it would look lovely maybe on a kitchen table.
Yeah, it would look brilliant.
Round or square. Yeah. Also, it would look fantastic on a coffee table too, maybe in the lounge, if you're having, you know, like your Easter eggs in the middle or something, a bit of an afternoon tea gathering or something like that. Yeah. But it's really lovely. I love the characters. I mean, this one here, you've got actually kind of captured the look of movement. It looks like it's dancing, actually, that one. The little chick's dancing away to his heart's content, flapping his wings, doing the birdie dance or something. It's brilliant.
Yeah, quite. No, this would be brilliant for, I mean, in Denmark particularly, because Permin's a Danish brand.
Oh, is it?
You know, they do make a bit of a, well, not a bit of a scene for Easter, but that sounds a bit dramatic. But they do make a bit of a scene, because you could have a little Easter tree. As Dave said, you could put it on a coffee table with your Easter eggs, make a bit of an Easter display. It would look absolutely brilliant. It's a great project because it's all pre-finished, and when we mean pre-finished, if we just turn the top over here, it's actually a finished tablecloth. It's beautifully finished.
100% cotton?
Yeah, it comes in the kit. As it is, all you need to do is to cross-stitch the little chicks and the leaves off, and off you go.
I love it. And normally cross-stitches are, you know, pictures that you put in a frame, hang on the wall. This is something a little bit different and very lovely too. $39.99, 85 centimetres square. Everything you need is included in the kit as well, even your needle and your thread, everything. Oh, nearly. And the thread comes pre-sorted on cards as well. DMC thread as well as what you've got there. So that's 572789. We're predicting that's going to be one of our best sellers, actually. So $39.99 if you'd like to go for your premium chick tablecloth. Now, the cushions we've got for you in the show are here. Now, the first 2 we're going to show you are similar, and they work together really well. Now, I know you had a cow on.
Yeah, we had like a Highland cow before, back in the spring, and we thought these are brand new designs from Permin, well, this year I should say, and they're great. You've got the, this is a Frisian cow, and then a very woolly sheep. I don't know the breed of the sheep.
I don't know the breed of the sheep.
It's a very handsome sheep.
Absolutely. In need of a haircut, though, by the look of it. And
yes.
And a bit of a perm going on there. These are great value as well. Now, the cow cushion, first of all, is $32.39 delivered, just for the cow. And if you're a Freedom member, remember that's a delivered price as well, $971090. And the whole thing, you don't get the cushion pad, do you?
No, you get enough fabric to do the front and back of the cushion. And I know that a lot of viewers on Hochanda are very clever with sewing machines, so I'm not so good at that. I'd have to get someone to do it for me, but I could certainly do all the embroidery on it. But you get all the front and backing to do the kit. All you need is a cushion pad. And then you go.
And also, cows are incredibly fashionable from a picture point of view. There's a well-known artist.
Yeah, there are. Yes,
they're amazing. So if you fancy having a cow in your lounge or wherever you like, there we are. That one is adorable. 971090. Now, if you want to have the sheep. We've got the sheep, that's a different item number, but it's in the same family. They work together really well. They probably live together on the same farm, if the truth be known. There's the sheep, and the sheep is $35.99. That's new today as well. And it's $291256 if you want the sheep cushion. Is that on a Freedom as well? It is. That is on a Freedom discount price too. So that's also $32.39 delivered if you're a Freedom member. So that's 291256 for the sheep, different item number if you want the cow. Very lovely they are as well. Now, I'll pop those back down here. Next we have the Birdie Cushion. Now, this is lovely as well. And there's a teddy bear down there as well, but I'll show you that in just a second. Here we've got the birds on a wire, having a bit of a kind of a family get-together, aren't they? A bit of a chinwag. $39.99. I like this. It's quite a modern, contemporary look to this one.
Yeah,
I love the greys.
as you remember, Dave, on the last show we did for Permin, we had like the monochrome. It's very, very trendy at the moment, monochrome designs. A lot of homes are kind of cream, grey and black. So this fits in absolutely beautifully. It's about 3 colours of DMC stranded cotton, and it's on 18-count grey Aida.
Right.
It's really beautiful. I think it's really sophisticated, again, because we're thinking about the spring and Easter. I'm not saying it's an Easter cushion, but, you know, it's kind of spring-like with the birds, and it's really, really chic and elegant.
And this could be a cushion for your favourite chair or sofa, but equally on the bed it would look lovely too, maybe.
Great for a bedroom. Fantastic. And I know there's a lot of home-wearing fabrics with birds around at the moment. So if you think you're kind of creating a bit of home-style decor, this will be absolutely perfect, and it's very, very timeless. Yeah.
And this one is $39.99 as well. And also, only small parts of the cushion have actually been cross-stitched. So each bird is cross-stitched, but the background isn't. So, you know, it's not a daunting project.
No. It's always really good with some of the designs. I know when I stitch, I really like to kind of do a section, and these are really good projects. And I think you could do maybe one bird, say in a weekend, if you spent about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours doing it or so, and it really, really grows that way. I couldn't really get the specific timing, but anyway, it depends on how quickly you stitch. But yeah, as you say, Dave, and also you've got the chart afterwards that you could repeat the design, get some fabric. There's fabric, I'm sure, on the website, and then you can repeat the design. You get plenty of DMC stranded cotton in your kit to repeat it.
Good, love it. 673137 if you'd like that one, $39.99. And then Valentine's Day. We're marking all the events coming up in the next few months here at Hochanda. Valentine's Day, this will make a fantastic cushion to give your loved one. All those hearts down the bottom there, and the two cheeky little bears there, very much in love. Paw in paw. Oh, really cute. I think they're eating heart cookies by the look of it. Or maybe not. But they are really adorable. $36.99 for this cushion. Again, none of the cushions come with the pads. You have to supply those. Excuse me. This is a 40-centimetre square cushion cover. Aida all the way round. And a zip as well, so that's all included, yeah?
The zip's not, no.
Oh, it's not.
So
okay.
no. I would say, though, on that, if you were making a cushion up, you don't really need to put a zip in it, because you can sew it. I would say that one of the sides you just slip stitch slightly, so that you can get the cushion out and you can wash it very, very lightly. But normally with cross stitch, you're not kind of putting them on a sofa or a bed and having the dog leaping over, getting them really dirty.
No, exactly.
So,
and if you do want to put that in a frame rather than a cushion, you could do that.
Perfect to be framed as well, but really cute. See, this is a brand new design from Permin, and again, thinking about seasonality, we've got Valentine's coming up, then we've got Easter, and I think it's great that over the last year and then with this year, we'll have all the different kits as the year moves forward, because really, you should always stitch a bit before the season starts. So.
But also, thinking about it, you know, Valentine's Day will come and go, but this is still going to be
it's a really great design.
Keep it out all the time, all year round. $36.99, new today, 083918 is that item number. Now, some of the framed cross-stitch we've got for you in the show. The first frame on the counter just here, this is something a little bit more traditional. If you love your kind of country garden scenes, that sort of thing, then this perhaps is going to be right up your street for the kitchen, possibly, or the lounge, any room of the house, really. $32.99, this is the flower jugs on Aida, 38 centimetres by 17. Quite traditional, this.
Yeah, it's typically Permin, floral, a lot of cross stitches, floral. Permin do lots of different things, but blue and white china is really, really in. And this is a fairly new design from Permin. Again, thinking about spring, great to have a bit of seasonality in the range. And this is a really lovely design on Aida.
We did a topiary sampler, didn't we?
Yeah, we did indeed,
That would work well with this.
Yeah. It's all of a kind of genre that they do, this kind of floral thing. I particularly love it, and I'm a great lover of purple and blue, and I think that's a brilliant design.
It is, absolutely. 119534, $32.99, that's new today as well. You do have to supply your own frame, obviously. Now, next we have... These kind of go together, but they are separate item numbers, aren't they, or am I wrong? Yeah, they are separate item numbers. You've got the sheep under the umbrella, which is adorable. That would have been us yesterday, probably, here at Hochanda, getting soaked outside. And then next to it, the other one, sheep and balloons. So you go from one season to the next. So they are totally separate item numbers, but they are, again, really adorable images. So the umbrella, first of all, is £15.99. That's a good price.
Yeah, really brilliant. Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of designed to, you know, it's a great starter kit. So if you haven't seen any of the shows before and you're tuning in and you want to start doing cross-stitch, these are perfect starter point. The price point's great, and you'd really enjoy doing them. They'd work really, really quickly, and then you've got a great design. But again, with Valentine's coming up,
yeah, that could be another Valentine's.
Sheep,
it wouldn't take that long to do this either.
No, not at all.
It's the true symbol of romance when you share someone's umbrella.
Yeah, sure it is. Yeah.
So £15.99 for that one. 188057. And then the next one is the hearts and balloons. So similar idea, and they look together very, very well side by side, and we'll pop the details up for that. That's also £15.99 for that particular kit. And it does come pre-carded with all the threads on your key cards. 512410, you write a number if you want that one. So similar idea, but not raining this time. More spring-summer with the balloons. £15.99 for that one. 512410. OK, then we go on to some of our easels. This is where we disappear behind the pictures. This is our owl. Now, the owl is available in two different types of finish. And we've got the other one just down here that's been finished. This one is the linen, I think. And that one's the...
that's the Aida. No, hold on. Yeah, sorry, this one's the Aida version I'm holding.
There's not much to choose between the way they look in actual fact. This one is the linen, OK, so you can see it's slightly finer. And then if you look at that one that Jeremy's holding, that's the Aida. So the pattern of the actual squares where you put the needle stands out a little bit more. Yeah,
it's block weaved. We'll cover that a bit later. A good point of having these, we don't often have the two versions together, but as you can see, whether you choose the Aida version or the linen version, they work out exactly the same size. I think this one's 18 holes to the inch.
Why would you choose one over the other? Are they different grades?
Well, I think we talked about this quite often, but it's good to kind of recap it. Aida fabric was developed specifically for cross-stitch, and it's block weaved. We'll look at it in a little while when I do a demo. And the linen was the more traditional fabric that cross-stitch was always done in bygone ages.
Right.
I would say that if you're beginning or you want it to grow quicker, choose the Aida version.
Right.
And the linen version is a little bit more difficult, but I mean, fractionally more difficult. A lot of people embroider on linen because they learnt to do it on linen and they continue to use it.
So more traditionalist.
Yeah. But I would say if you're a really keen cross-stitcher and you've done a lot on Aida, give linen a whirl because you'll really, really love it. Again, they're both natural fabrics, so they're beautiful to work with.
Is it softer to the touch?
Linen slightly is. Linen's got a finish on it, so when linen's actually produced, it's mercerized, so it's got this kind of finish on it. So it is a little bit stiffer, but well, I don't mean it breaks down, but it kind of softens as you work with it. But yeah, a little bit more stiffness in it. But
well, we've got a great close-up to show you the difference, actually. So this one is the Aida.
That's the Aida, yeah.
And then there you go. This one is the linen. So you can see there's a definite difference.
Yeah.
From a distance, it's pretty, you know, neck and neck. But when you get close, you can see a difference.
I mean,
that's the Aida.
Sorry, Dave. With the linen version, it sounds a bit weird, but you kind of get your eye in with linen. And what I'll show you a little bit later, but with linen, it's the same size gauge of the fabric. So the Aida and the linen. So if the Aida's 18 holes per inch, the linen's 36, because if you think of the linen, it's finer in weave and you jump over one hole. So when you're working your cross stitches diagonally, you're actually coming out of one hole, jumping one hole and then going diagonally into the next hole. But as I say, linen was the traditional fabric that was always used for cross stitch before they developed Aida. And if you remember when you were in school, they used to have a fabric, if you're old enough, they had a fabric called Binker, which was a block weave fabric. But Aida, you won't find dresses made out of Aida.
No.
Or blouses. It's specifically used for cross-stitch and it's really popular.
OK, well, choose which one you'd like. We do have this one, I'm pleased to say, on flexi-buy, so you can spread the cost into 2 payments. And also, historically, owls are one of our most popular images when it comes to cross-stitch, so we're expecting that one to be a very popular one today as well. Now, our last easel, just down the end here, this is a scene that we think think again it's going to be popular because last time we did a monochrome scene, it proved very, very popular indeed. And that's what you've got. It's like looking at a black and white photograph. This is quite incredible. This is our Permin Riverside scene, and it's £41.99. It's a lovely big size, 38 centimetres by 30, but it's every shade of grey and black.
Yeah,
isn't it?
could almost be the River Nene here at Oundle, couldn't it?
Could be,
it looks
actually, yeah.
exactly like the river here. No, before Christmas we had a lovely, it was called Snowy Lane. A lot of you might have bought it. It was really, really popular. And again, Permin are really, really good at doing these monochrome scenes. It's quite an old, well, this isn't an old design, it's a new design, but they've always had them in the range. And funny if it's been popular for decades, this kind of black and white. It's very, very easy to do because obviously you haven't got pastel colours and you're not, say, cross-stitching white on white. And it grows really quickly because, of course, all the design isn't dense.
Now, this is what we call a freedom why not deal, because normally we'd say to you, you're saving money straight away by joining the Freedom Club, which is normally £6.97 to join. But by saving this, you're saving basically £4.20 today, plus your postage would be £2.95, so you'd be saving more than what your Freedom membership would be. But by buying this today, you're automatically going to be entitled to bonus Freedom membership. If you put bonus 18 in the promo code box when you check out on the website, or tell the operator bonus 18, when you buy this, you'll only be charged £37.79 and no P&P because you're spending over £30. You qualify for bonus Freedom membership. And if you're an existing Freedom member and you've already paid your £6.97 to become a member, or £9.60. No, it is £6.97, isn't it? Yeah, I've got it around the wrong way. If you paid your £6.97, you will actually, if you spend over £30, get that back as a bonus credit on your account. Okay, just one time only, but you'll get your £6.97. So it's like we've paid for your Freedom membership for a month, which is great. Okay, now the last two easels we got for you are showing you these great pictures. Now, these again are like little miniature pictures in a bigger frame here, because this is Treasures for Tea Time. We are in this country famous for our afternoon tea, aren't we? So here you've got every type of teapot you could possibly think of. Not just from this country either. Some of them could be Oriental teapots here. Really lovely, and various different teacups and saucers. Like a sampler again a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a design, a kind of perennial, traditional design from Permin. Permin, as a lot of you have watched the previous shows, they're very good at doing whimsical, very sophisticated, as you can see from what we've got here, which is only a fraction of the line. This is a really, really elegant design, and we did have one, I think we did together in December. We had one that was, I think, the beauty of Delft. It was blue Delft pots, and this is really a follow-on. Beautiful for the UK. I think it's got the cream and, well, the milk and the sugar, and it really is a timeless design. I really like these elegant designs because you can have them on your wall, whether they're in the sitting room or conservatory or kitchen. And they're really tight. And I love this. Well, it's like a Navajo border, actually, or kind of Keelim or something, but it really, really is stunning. This version is on linen. A lot of the more sophisticated, kind of in subject, well, I shouldn't say more serious subjects, which this one is. A lot of them look absolutely beautiful on linen, but this is a great design.
It is a great design, and again, you choose the frame you want to put it in, but it looks lovely in the frame that you've mounted it in today. So remember, no glass on this for obvious reasons, because glass is reflective. It kind of takes a little bit away from what you've done, so leave it glass free.
Yeah. Or if you're going to glass it, use reflecting glass. Yeah, I'm not so sure, because it deadens it a bit, but certainly get the one that it's not going to fade. You can get these new glasses, can't you, that the sunlight doesn't fade the work. So very important when you've done all that work.
Oh, that's on 2 payments of £40 on FlexiBuy, 579382. But again, this could be an heirloom piece of the future. It's got great character. Maybe you know someone that owns a tea shop or something like that. That would look great on the wall. And then we have, finally, great for any room in the house, but great for maybe the nursery, maybe for Gran to give to their grandson or granddaughter, possibly. Noah's Ark going in 2x2. All of these individual projects. I mean, the turtles, the pigs, the kangaroos, all going in 2x2. You know, that's a little project. That's a little project. So's that. So choose your favourites, work on those, and before you know it, you've built up this whole picture with the ark, of course, in the centre at the top. Really lovely. I love the lions with the bows on their tail. How'd that for a day?
Yeah, they're really, really great.
Yeah.
I mean, this design is a rather large design for a nursery, but if you've got a special grandchild, or you know, even you're a grandmother wanting to do something for a first grandchild, or you could, once you've got the chart, you could embroider it as many times as you like for different grandchildren.
Yeah.
It's a great design. It's very, very beautiful. Again, it's a real heirloom piece. And what you can do using an alphabet chart is that you can actually personalise it. So there is lots of room to put the child's name, the date of birth on.
And is that grandson or granddaughter a cheeky little monkey? You know, can you see the characteristics in some of the animals? I love the expression on that dog's face, for example, that kind of side glance out the corner of his eye. He's up to no good, he's up to mischief. And the heron's there as well, delivering the baby. So it's fantastic. Really, really cool. Well, storks, isn't it? Storks deliver the baby.
I mean, we're really lucky, as you know, if you've seen the previous shows with Permin, our design team in Copenhagen are absolutely amazing at creating designs. And these are all Permin's own designs, and obviously the characters, their own characters, because they can't start doing famous kind of cartoon characters on it. So they've developed all these beautiful designs, and I think you can see, as with previous shows, the line is so beautiful. There's something for everybody, and our selection today, you know, we've got Easter, we've got the owl, we've got starters, all sorts of different projects.
And if you're like me and you kind of want to see results quite quickly, you know, you could just do a deer or just do a kangaroo, and suddenly within maybe a few hours you've done that character, and it kind of spurs you on to do the next one, rather than it being a massive big scene.
Yeah, when you've got kind of cross-stitch, and we have had our other brands on the shows, and you do get large flowers, obviously they take a long time to embroider. There's kind of a lot of pleasure in the pain because you've really achieved something. But I agree with you, Dave, when you've got a smaller project, and the small projects all add up to a large piece, I really find that's much better.
Fantastic. Well, 2 flexi buys then. £40.50 today is your first payment. No P&P to pay, of course, if you're a Freedom member. Otherwise, it's plus the P&P and then £40.50 in 4 weeks' time. And that's the show. So we've shown you everything in about 20 minutes. Now, we're going to show you a little bit more about techniques and how to do your cross-stitch and that sort of thing. So let's move forward and talk about what we're doing first. Are we doing...
Yeah, I think we'll start. We've got 3 different projects kind of, on the go here. So I've chosen today, we've got a linen version of the owl. We've got the chicks tablecloth. So that's a really, really... I'll start with that one, and then we've got the birds on the grey. So I'll take you through what we do. Apologies if you've watched before. Cross-stitch is simply 1 stitch, and I will take you through it again. No. I'm sure a lot of you cross-stitched a lot and don't need a recap. But
well, Jeremy, our hunch was right. Already a quarter
I can imagine.
Of the chick cross-stitch tablecloth has gone, because it's not a massive project to get your teeth into. You can do that relatively quickly, and once you've done one, you want to do all the others. There are actually 1, 2, 3... There's 4 chicks on there and 4 panels with the little leaves as well. But to have that, maybe you've got a round kitchen table. That on a round kitchen table will look lovely.
Yeah, it'd look really cool.
85 centimetres square. If you've got maybe a coffee table in the lounge that you want to put it over and then put the afternoon tea in the middle of that, that will look really, really lovely. Yeah.
I mean, I thought with the cloth, I mean, it's funny now in the UK, we're more into Easter and Halloween and Valentine's than we were before, because before we just used to have Christmas items. But as you know from previous shows, way back in the summer, we did lots of Christmas, and I know a lot of you are really crafting and doing a lot of embroidery, cross-stitch, you're doing kind of Christmas things, and it's a great thing to do because you've got it as an heirloom. You could pop it away in a drawer until the next year, make a little scene, you know, with the Easter eggs, but this would look great for tea time at Easter.
Yeah, it would do.
Yeah, really, really pretty.
And also it's lovely to have different seasons of the year to be working on. If you've done Christmas for months and months and months, you probably feel like a change.
Yeah, you've really kind of had it. Well, like we've all kind of had it with Christmas. We've kind of put Christmas away until the summer, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, obviously, when you're cross-stitching, you do need a bit more lead time to do things because it's not so instant as other crafts. But anyway, we'll leave Christmas until July.
Okay, so let's do that.
As you said, the projects are great. So if we could have a look at the chart here, as you can see, the chart's really, really concise. So you've got all the chicks there. So you can do these all as little separate projects. So once you've done the cloth, if you've got spare fabric, you could even on all the squares, you know, you could do other little leaves and things, so you could add things to it. Anyway, I won't complicate things too much. I'll start off with the contents of the kit.
If you've got like a plain T-shirt, once you've done this and you wanted to put that character on a plain T-shirt, could you do that?
Yes, you could, yeah.
So just get more thread?
Yeah, you get more thread. There is a kind of a fabric that's called waste canvas that you kind of stitch through and then you pull out. But yeah, you could do that quite easily. But actually following a chart's a really good point. Following a chart, once you've got the crosses, you can really cross-stitch on anything. And I know a lot of people that cross-stitch a lot have a great library of kind of charts that they might repeat. I personally, I think it was Mae West that said I only do things once. So I think I would only ever really do things once because I'd want to do things, and I know when you tune in you see all sorts of different designs and you want to do something new. But yeah, you could really use the chicks and do it on anything. So.
And also, while you're watching us this afternoon live at just after 3:20, if you've got any perming kits you're working on at the moment, not necessarily finished, but just a work in progress, take a picture with your phone, email it into us and we can show everybody.
Yeah, I'd really like to see. I mean, we've seen things before. Yeah, it'd be great to see. Yeah, and any questions, if you've got any questions about a project you're doing or you want any little tips, I'll try and answer. You could actually probably give me a few tips. So.
OK, studio@hochanda.com is the email address. We'd love to hear from you this afternoon. And also what you're buying this afternoon, tell us too.
Great. OK, so I'll start off with the contents of the kit. So you get the front picture, so you always kind of know what you're going to be embroidering. The reason for that is because the design is not stamped onto the fabric. It's all counted cross-stitch, which means you count from the chart the cross-stitches onto the fabric, so it's not printed on, stamped in any way. So if you are beginning, be aware of that. Not a big problem. Cross-stitch is something that you will get lots and hours of enjoyment. So that's your front card.
So was it important to find the centre of the square where you're putting the chick?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So this one is really, really easy. I'll show you so far what I've done on this one. So we can see. Now then, if we can kind of zoom in a bit. This tablecloth is beautiful quality. It's pure cotton and as you can see, it's been woven specifically to make the design. And these little squares within the squares are Aida. And if you're wanting to begin cross-stitching, this is a great starter point because these are really, really easy. I guess that this is about 10 holes to the inch. And as you can see, the cameras here are brilliant because they can really pick it up. But you can actually see the squares here.
Yeah,
you can see the holes already. So, you know, if you're not, your eyesight's not very good, this is a great project to keep one eye on the TV and stitch, but you can actually see the holes. So it's beautifully woven, this cotton, and as we'd said before, you can see it's all edged, so that once you've done the stitching, your cross stitches, you can just whip it onto the table, which is absolutely brilliant.
Beautifully done.
Yeah. So the next thing we have the threads. Now with Permin cross-stitch kits, this is the same for all of the kits that we have from Permin, it's all DMC stranded cotton. There you can see. There's tons of stranded cotton to do the design. So as Dave said, if you're wanting to use the chart again, you can do. There's always plenty of threads in the kit. This is because, and I shouldn't think you will go wrong, if you do go wrong, you can unpick it, and then you've got plenty of thread to do it, but you'll all be so good at cross-stitch you won't have to unpick it at all. One word of warning, if you do go wrong, do unpick it and take it out. The reason with counted cross-stitch is that it is counted, so it means that if you do go one cross-stitch out, it will push your whole design out. Now, you will know when you've done that because you're following your chart. It's kind of an automatic thing. You kind of know when you've gone wrong. Try not to adapt your design. I know some of you do, and it does work, but it's actually easy to stick to the chart and do it exactly as it is because it will look as beautiful as our finished sample that we've got. So there you go. We've got all the threads. Now, on the chart, down the side, the first thing to do is to, when you get your kit, is to read the instructions. Luckily with cross-stitch there aren't many instructions because it's only one stitch. So you're not bored to death with reading pages of instructions. I'm absolutely appalling at reading instructions. I can't be bothered. Things like car handbooks I just glaze over. Things like that. I couldn't think of anything more boring. But I'm telling you, kind of as being the teacher here, always read the instructions. So as you can see down the side, they're all the symbols. Right. Now, all the symbols purport to a colour on the stranded cotton. So, as Dave said before, all the threads come pre-sorted onto a card. Now, this is a really good sign of a good quality cross-stitch kit because it's all been pre-sorted by hand, so you don't have to do it. Some kits, all the threads come in a big bundle and you have to sort them out, but in this way you can't really go wrong. So,
and a DMC threads.
They're all DMC, yeah. All the Permin kits, we saw the sheep and the cow earlier. they use a perlé thread, so they use one that you wouldn't have to, stranded cotton strand. I'll cover that in a minute. They're all DMC cotton threads, often called embroidery silks. It's not actually silk, it's cotton, but the way it's mercerized again, so it's got a finish on it, so that it does look like silk. However, it is cotton. It's very, very durable. And when you're cross-stitching, it really flows well, because with permin all the fabric is natural, either linen or cotton.
And with these colours, there aren't too many to get yourself confused with. There's only about probably half a dozen colours, different shades of yellow and
really
orange
easy,
and black.
yeah. I mean, really, I think this is a perfect kit to, as a beginner's kit, make a great gift for any friends or family who cross-stitch. But good point, it hasn't got so many colours in it. And I do think that when you are stitching seasonally, like for Easter or Valentine's, maybe it's a good idea to have something that works up a bit quickly. Certainly way back in the summer last year, we had Christmas things that were on hemp jute fabric, and they work really quickly, because obviously you're on a bit of a deadline. You want to have it for Easter, you don't want to have it for high summer, and it would be nice if you bought it today when you've been watching the shows to actually have it done for Easter, and maybe not Easter next year, but that's totally up to you. But yes, it's really, really good to start with, and actually it's a sign of the design, how good the designer is, because whoever designed it, one of the girls, I say girls, I'm not being sexist, they are all girls in the studio, the designers, they really know how things work, and they've captured the essence of the chicks without using lots of colours. So yeah, a really good point there, Dave, is that this is really, really easy to do.
So you find the centre of the square, which wouldn't be that difficult to do. What, you just fold it into?
Yeah, well, yeah, you just fold it, or actually with this one, you just measure. You know, if you've got a measuring tape or a ruler, just measure the middle. Right. It's not actually so desperate. If you could always count, and then on the chart, if we just have a look at the chart.
So that square equates to that square.
And as you can see, the chart's marked here with the arrows, so you'd find the centre. Okay, and this one's marked with that. But as I say, if you were one over, it wouldn't really matter. But on this one, dead easy, you would find the centre of the Aida middle, and then you know, do the chick. It doesn't really matter what order you put them in, because on our model that we've got here, they're like so. They're
all 4 different poses as well. They're kind of different situations. So one's dancing.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. That one's just cool dude walking along.
Yeah.
Minding its own business, trying to ignore Easter.
There's a posh chick.
Saying, oh God, not Easter again. So you would just put them wherever you want, randomly, so, you know, in the squares. So here we are, we've got all the threads, we've got the chart. Now, the symbols are all marked there, and as you can see, next to the symbol, there's a number. So if you take your thread card here...
Nearly a third of our fantastic tablecloth has gone.
You can see here the numbers are next to the symbol. Now, all you would do is you'd take a biro and you'd put the symbol on there. So you've got 1 through to 6. Put the symbol on there so you don't get confused. You've got plenty of holes to put your spare threads.
Is it quite unusual to find a tablecloth with cross-stitch? I don't think I've seen one before.
It's really a European thing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really huge in Scandinavia.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of tableware. We've got a lot of designs that we will actually... we've done a couple of table runners and things, but it's very, very big in Scandinavia to do the tablecloths, yeah, very much so.
Well, for you to have a chance to do one here, to make it something that you get out every single Easter, and perhaps use not just at Easter time, you can use it throughout the year as well. Maybe if you're having like tea parties and things like that, they're a bit quirky and great fun. So this is going very quickly now at $39.99. You've actually got 4 characters to stitch. So if we just open them up again, there we go. Look, so you've got 4 main characters, then you've got 4 panels with the leaves, falling leaves. And I suppose if you wanted to put the characters where the leaves are and the leaves where the characters are...
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all, absolutely. The other thing is personalise it. There's plenty of fabric, so you could put your initials, you could put Easter 2018 on it. It'd be really cool. But yeah, it's absolutely brilliant.
100% cotton, gorgeous quality, and something a bit unusual that you can make and get out every single year. $39.99. It's brand new today, remember, and it's 572789. Now, I'm going to recap on the cushions as well. Now, all of the cross-stitch works in the same way. So if you like one project, and you've done it before, you know that you're going to get on with it, then any of the other projects will work for you. Let's recap on the cushions for you. The cow cushion. Now, bearing in mind we had a cow cushion a little while ago from Jeremy. That flew. Everybody loved it. This one is proving very popular. Incredibly realistic. It's not a cartoon cow, is it?
No. It's kind of somewhere in between. It's not cartoon, it's not absolutely a very serious cow, but it's beautifully done. And I know for a fact we haven't got a kit of this one here. We've just got the finished sample, which is the best way to look at them. And because I've explained all the contents of the kits, you know what's in it. This is actually a perlé thread. This isn't a stranded cotton. Again, I'll go on to the stranded cotton, how you strand it. It's very, very easy. It's all pure cotton from DMC.
Beautifully tactile as well, but a very fashionable image to have in the home, whether it's in a picture frame or whether it's on the sofa or the armchair. And remember, that is the same price as our sheep, and from the same farm by the looks of things. I think they're best friends. They need to be together.
Yeah, so we've a whole series of this, but yeah, the sheep's really, really lovely. So yeah, I know people love kind of sheep and things. Yeah. It's a very British thing. People love kind of sheep images and things.
And this is pre-shearing.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely pre-shearing.
Yeah, I think this one's been to the hairdresser. And
a few curlers in or something like that. $32.39 is the Freedom price on this. So Freedom members, and we've got more Freedom members now than probably we've ever had before with our promotion that's going on at the moment. That is a reduced price for you, and it's a delivered reduced price too. And if you wanted both of them, they're both on Freedom, so why not? And they'll be delivered to your door without any P&P charge, which is great. There we go. So those two are separately available, but they do work together well. Now, another one that's been very popular is the grey and the black of our birds on a wire. And when I see this, it's almost like kind of friends having a bit of gossip, isn't it? They're kind of sat next to each other, catching up on the day's news. There we are. $39.99 for this one, but really unusual because the Aida is a dark grey, which is very fashionable.
Yeah, really, really beautiful. Permanent, really, they look at home decor when they're designing, they look at all sorts of things, and they're bang on trend with this cushion, and I know that they'll do more of this kind of thing in the future.
Do you get the black cotton background as well?
You don't on that one, no. But that's really easy to buy, the cotton. But yeah, that is a really sophisticated design. I think it fits anywhere. I particularly love that. Yeah,
it's really lovely, and all the patterns as well. You've got various kind of paisley and floral patterns on the birds too. So it is measuring about 50 by 40. If you want to put that in a frame rather than make a cushion out of it, that would look good in a picture frame as well. £39.99 is the price for it. 673,137. Now, totally different to that is our teddy bear. Now, the teddy bear, we're thinking Valentine's Day because that's only a month away, but also, of course, romance, and that's perfectly all year round.
Yeah,
too. I mean, that on the bed, maybe in between the cushions on the bed or the pillows on the bed would look lovely. Really cute, and it could be for a youngster as well, maybe for a youngster.
Yeah, for a nursery it would be cool.
Yeah,
really cool.
Really would be. And they're just sitting there with the hearts in their hands. $36.99. No cushion pads with any of the cushions. You have to supply those, but I think I've got dozens at home that.
Oh yeah, you can easily get cushion pads,
and they're not very expensive. But again, equally, if you want to mount it on a frame, you can do that as well. $36.99. Do you do them with a with like a what do you call them, looms or anything like that, or do you do them freehand with the stitching? Do you put them in you don't put them in a loop or anything like that, do you?
No.
Just do them freehand.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The other point is today, especially with January, although our nights are getting a little bit lighter and dark nights, is that I know on the website with the kits today there are lots of lamps available.
Oh yeah.
They're really, really reasonable prices. There's a battery operated one that I know that if you're travelling, cross stitch is a great craft to take with you because it's very, very portable. You haven't got loads of kits dragging a sewing machine around. And I would say at this time of year I use a lamp all the time, a magnifying lamp, because I'm nearly blind now. But yeah, definitely have a look at the website for the lamps.
Well, we had a daylight show on yesterday and it was very busy. Yeah. The yo-yo in particular is perfect because it's so portable. You can walk the dog with it as well as do cross stitch with it. It's one of those go anywhere lights.
Fantastic.
You can do maintenance on the car under the bonnet with it too. It's just brilliant.
Yeah.
So there's a whole range there if you want to have a look at them, and they give you true colour. So when you're dealing with threads, it's important to get the colour right.
Yeah. I mean, I would say with the lamps, you know, you don't need a lot of kit for cross stitch. You really need a hoop, which again we'll go on to a little bit later. They're on the website as well. But if you've got a lamp, it just makes, like any crafting, it makes such a difference. And actually, it makes you complete your project quicker, and it gives you a lot more enjoyment. If you're struggling under a table lamp, which I've done, really, really difficult.
And a lot of them have got magnifiers. Certainly the first one on the picture and the last one on the right.
Yeah.
Both of those have got magnifiers built in. The other two don't. But there's so many 5-star reviews for them.
Yeah.
Everyone loves them.
Yeah, I've got a kind of version of the from years ago, the magnificent one, and really, it's money well spent because you'll crack on with all your craft. It's not just cross stitch. Everything you want to do, it just makes your life so much easier.
Okay, well, let's move on to the first of our framed cross stitches then. This is a very, very Permin design. They love, as Jeremy was saying, using florals and things that are very kind of quintessentially British and country garden looking, and that's what this is, isn't it?
Absolutely beautiful. I love the pot on the left-hand side with the right-hand side for the viewers with the dots on. It's really in trend. Yeah, Permin are really good at doing things that are really on trend, and I think that's really important because, you know, a lot of people like to do things that are quite modern, and yet this is a twist on being fairly trendy and also traditional at the same time.
$32.99 for that lovely rectangular cross stitch, and also when you've spent maybe a good few months or certainly a good few weeks making something like this, it's nice to be able to maybe take it to a professional framer and say, you know, what frame do you recommend will suit my image? I mean, if you've got a good eye for that sort of thing, fine, but I haven't. I need to be shown what will work. And
yeah, it's amazing when you go to the stores or whatever, the framers, the amount of mouldings that you'd never imagine. You think, oh, I want black around it, but yeah, the choices are incredible.
Yeah, and not very expensive these days either. So that one is $32.99, 119534, if you'd like to go for that. Then we have sheep. Now, there are two pictures to choose from. They are separate item numbers, I think, if my memory serves me right. One of them is in the rain, which is probably quite appropriate. Not so much today, but certainly yesterday. And there's your hearts. That could be a kind of tongue-in-cheek Valentine's image as well, showing the umbrella. How romantic is that? Not many couples I know would do that. One will be under the umbrella, the other will be getting wet. And then the other one that we got for you, is that a banana in his hand? I think it might be. On the other one, we've got the balloons up in the air.
No, it's the handle on the umbrella.
Oh, of course it is, yeah. It looked like a banana. Yeah, the handle of the umbrella. And there's the balloons, there we go, look, for spring and summer. Fab. $15.99 each. That's a great price, and again, something that isn't going to take that long to complete, is it? Yeah,
great as a starter kit. So if you're thinking of starting cross-stitch, one of your New Year's resolutions in 2018, I'm going to cross-stitch, this is a really good starter point. I think it's important when you're starting to start with something that's not too daunting. It's on Aida fabric, very easy to do, and it's very, very doable. Again, bit of spring, bit of Valentine's, but they're really great designs.
Now, the owl that we got for you, this is the one kit in the show that is available in either a choice of Aida or the linen. You choose. And as Jeremy was saying, the linen is perhaps the most traditional of all of them. Aida is developed for cross-stitch first and foremost. And there's not that much difference in the look, is there, really, to be honest?
No, it's really great that we've got both of them today. So I think we can see slightly there. It's great that we've got both versions. They've been sent over from Copenhagen for you to see. So you can see they look exactly the same when they're stitched because they're using the same colours, the same chart. It's your choice. It's very easy to embroider on linen, but you've kind of got to get your eye in, and it's just slightly different.
There's a slight difference in the texture that I can see anyway.
Yes.
And the one that Jeremy's holding on to is the Aida. This one that I'm moving here, this is the linen.
Yeah.
And the linen is slightly finer.
Yeah, the linen, it's difficult to explain really. The linen, so I'm waving this one around. The linen, you're counting over 2 threads. If you think of it like that, anybody who's cross-stitched on linen before will know exactly what I'm talking about. You're counting over 2 threads diagonally. So, in other words, you're coming out of one hole. We can have a look later because we've got an owl sample that I'm stitching here. You're missing 1 hole. So I'll show you that a bit later, but don't be daunted by it. This design is really, really beautiful. I absolutely love it. And we've had lots of owls from Permin, and we've had other, I think we had a falcon in the same series, and we're going to be doing a lot more of this that we'll have on the shows during the year.
It really is absolutely lovely. A winter scene, as you can see there, but I just love how majestic the owl is, the barn owl. And there it is, if you would like it, at £20.50 on FlexiBuy. It's 883-433. Choose between linen or Aida. It's exactly the same price. Just choose which one you prefer. OK, so from the owl, we then move on to our last one on the counter just here, which is the monochrome one, the ones in shades of grey and black, like a black and white picture. Very beautiful. And also, although it may look as if it's quite an intricate picture to do, there's an awful lot of it that isn't stitched. Like here, when you're looking at the river, for example, it's only where you see the kind of shadows on the water, that's the stitching. The rest of it is actually unstitched, isn't it?
It's really clever the way the designers made the design, because there's so much there that isn't stitched, and it's suggestion to make the design. But I love these monochrome. I mean, they look great on a wall because you'd never get bored of looking at them.
No.
And also they work up fairly quickly, and they're really easy to do because they're greys and black on the fabric, so it's very, very easy to see to do. But yes, great design.
Excellent. Now remember, all day today until 6 o'clock tonight, we've still got our fantastic bonus Freedom offer. Now today's the last day. If you want to have Freedom membership as a trial, just to try it for a month, absolutely free of charge, all you have to do is spend over £30. It's got to be excluding P&P. If you do that, put bonus 18 in the promo code box. Now we can show you how to do that. If you go to the website and select something, put something into your basket. So that's added. So we've gone for what we just showed you. There it is. It's £41.99, and then we just go down to checkout. Now, when you get down to the bottom, apply voucher. That's where you put bonus 18. Apply that, and what it will then give you is Freedom membership, no charge. There we are, look, for a whole month. So from today for a month, you can enjoy standard postage free of charge on all of your purchases. So there we go, £37.79, because it's a Freedom price, remember, so you're a Freedom member now. Agree to the terms and conditions, and then that's it. It will be delivered to your door for £37.79. So you've got the lower price, you've saved on the postage, and you haven't even had to pay for your Freedom membership. Anything you buy now for a whole month will be free of standard postage, and you access special Freedom prices. Not on every item, but certain items have Freedom discounted prices. And if you are a Freedom member already, do what we've just shown you to do there on the website, and then you'll get your £6.97 credit if you've already bought Freedom membership at the moment. OK, right, now, on to our treasures for tea time. So this is, I think of this as like a teapot and a teacup sampler. Quite Aztec, the patterns going around this, which is very, very beautiful and very unusual. But lovely looking piece, this.
Yeah, this is the linen version, so this might be a bit for people who are a little bit more advanced, but as I said before, and I've said on all the shows, cross-stitch is one stitch. It's very, very easy. So once you've mastered cross-stitch, which probably would only take about half an hour, and you'll find all sorts of little techniques when you stitch. I'm sure a lot of you cross-stitch could give me tons of tips about how to stitch. We all do it in a different way. This is absolutely great. It's so beautiful and it's timeless. Look great on any wall.
Does this sort of kit assume that people know how to do a cross-stitch, or will it go from the very, very first basic stitch? Do it this way?
Well, because, Dave, it's the same stitch, yeah, you could do this as a beginner. You just maybe need a bit more perseverance to get it done.
Right.
But cross-stitch is one of those things that if you really enjoy doing it, you just keep going. And with the projects, if you're doing a tiny thing like a leaf on the Easter cloth, you know, up to this, it's all attainable with cross-stitch. A lot of people like to do big projects, and a lot of people really like to get their teeth into big projects. But the beauty of cross-stitch and all the designs we've had before on the Permin shows is that you can choose a project to suit your needs.
Although this is a bigger project, it's almost like you've got 15 small projects.
Yeah, definitely.
Making a bigger project. So.
And that's a good point, because once you've done one little project, like if you've done this rather kind of oriental-looking teapot here, you think, oh, great, I'll do the next one. And personally, if I were doing it, I'd do each one separately. Some people might kind of do bits of blue and carry on, but I would actually finish one. Then that gives you the impetus, because you think, oh, I've done that, it looks absolutely great, I want to do the next one. Yeah.
And you're not getting bored.
It's not boring, no. I mean, cross-stitch, some people say, oh, cross-stitch is just one stitch. It's certainly not boring, because what you're doing is you're watching the design grow, and as the design grows, it gives you the impetus to finish it, And then I always find when I'm stitching, I don't have an awful lot of time these days, but when I'm stitching, I start off the project with great gusto and kind of hammer away at it, and then sometimes in the middle bit I'm a bit slower, and then when you're getting near the end you really want to finish it. But yeah, if you want to begin with this, you can do. All I would say is just read your instructions, get your cross stitches right, and you can also, it's great because you can look online and you can see how stitches work, you know, perfect.
And you've also got a picture of the finished project as well that you can see, which kind of spurs you on to do it as well. Now, similar to the tea time in that you've got little bite-sized projects. Noah's Ark is a bit like that as well, because you've got all these individual characters. So you've got the pigs, you've got the kangaroo, that's not kangaroo.
Tortoises.
Turtles, there. Monkeys, bears, you've got the reindeer as well, the giraffes with their football sweaters around there. That's really cool.
It's cool, isn't it?
Oh, well, they're mooses, aren't they? Sorry.
Oh, there's the giraffes with it. They've got them as well. So I think they've got. Well, she's got beads and he's got a little cravat on. This is a great design because again, like the tea time one, it grows. So you do treat each one as a little separate project. I would say with this one, if you've got a special grandchild or child arriving, do leave plenty of time to do it. Because this one is quite a big project, and you would need time to actually embroider. And I know tons of people who buy something to do for a new baby, and the new baby gets it when they're about 5. So just a word of warning there. It is more of a project, this one, that you've got to really think about. So if you're doing it for a new grandchild or your own child indeed, leave plenty of time unless you want to sit for 12 hours a day stitching, which would be quite blissful.
And also, although this hasn't got any personalisation on it at all, it could have the baby's name, it could have the baby's initials, it could have the date of birth on it.
Yeah, quite.
Anything.
Yeah, you would, I mean, again, online you can get the alphabet charts, which are really, really easy, they're simple, and with backstitch you could just put all the baby's details on. And importantly, I have to say, put your own initials and your date that you did it, because it's always great to look back in the future and see what I've got tons of stuff I've done in the past, and I might have done it in the 80s, 90s, because I never date it. I always forget to do it. Always put your initials on and the date, and that is really good as a memento.
Brilliant. OK, well, that's our last one that's in the show. That's on FlexiBuy as well, £40.50 today, and then £40.50 in 4 weeks' time. But that will, again, remember, qualify you for your bonus Freedom membership at no charge. You can enjoy Freedom membership and the benefits for a whole month. And that finishes that offer in 2 hours' time at 6 o'clock. Bonus ends. OK? Right then, so let's go back and do another little bit of cross-stitching.
Yeah, sure. We haven't actually done any stitching today because the show's gone so quickly. But basically, I'll show you here. This is something I did earlier. So, from your chart, which is here, it's this little duck here that I'm doing. OK. So, a cross stitch, because we haven't so much time, is you go bottom left to top right. If you can see what I'm doing. This is so easy. It's on Aida. So I'm going bottom left to top right and bottom right to top left. Now that cross stitch I've done obviously equates to a cross stitch on the chart. So a little point is, if you're wanting to check that what you've already done, you could always use a marker pen and, you know, a highlighter pen, sorry, and mark what the stitches that you've done already. I'll do another one here so that you can see. Dead easy. Everybody who cross stitches that's watching is going, oh God, not again. Demonstrating a simple cross stitch. It's so easy to do. So basically your first stitch, which goes bottom left to top right, is the bottom stitch, and the bottom right to top left is the stitch that goes on top. Now I would be a little bit careful that you try and get in that way, try and get all your cross stitches with the top thread going the same way. You won't really notice if you've gone wrong with that. I'll just do another one. And this is using colour number 6 on the chart, which is actually a cross as the symbol.
Right.
So it's always a good idea to look at all the, when you're looking at the instructions, just familiarise yourself with the different symbols. So especially when you've only got 6 colours, you'll know exactly what you're doing.
And is it easy to find your way to find the right hole, as it were, when you're coming back up from underneath.
Definitely, yeah.
You get into a rhythm.
You get into a rhythm with it, exactly. You get into a rhythm with it, and you kind of know. Now, just quickly before we finish, again, with this is the owl that we've got on the linen. And we have it on the Aida.
So we are using a loop on this one?
Yeah, I'm not on that because there's a lot of fabric going on with this, and I think this is really easy to hold in your hand. This one I'm doing on a hoop. I would always work on a hoop. A golden rule with embroidery is really cross-stitch, use a hoop, tapestry and things, use a square frame. So again, here, this is the linen. So if you haven't done on linen, haven't done it on linen before, just to have a look really carefully what I'm doing.
So you're going every other hole, you said. You jump a hole in the centre
yes.
as a rule of thumb.
So I'm coming up here, so I'm coming bottom left to top right. I'm jumping over one hole diagonally. And again, it's a question of rhythm. You get to know whether you've gone in the right hole, and again, there.
There we go, yeah.
You can see there. So you can see I've formed the cross. Now on the linen, if you do you jump over two holes or you don't jump over a hole at all, you'll know because the size of the cross stitch will be completely different and you'll know automatically.
So then you unpick it and go back.
That's right. And as you said earlier, Dave, you know, it's all a question about flow. And you get a real feel for it. And you'll get that feel for it after a few stitches.
And does it matter how long your thread is?
Well, I would say, by rule of thumb, the thread, I would use about that length.
Right.
Everybody can see.
So you do need to cut them to length?
Yeah, so when you get your stranded cotton, it's about that long. I'd chop it in half and use about that length. Another point with the cloth, it uses 3 strands of the stranded cotton. Sorry, we're backtracking a bit here. But stranded cotton comprises 6 strands of cotton. So when you see it, when it comes in the bundles, the thread bundles like this, you can see that is the way it looks. You can easily see the stranded cotton there.
So you need to split it into...
Yeah, so you take 2 off, say 2 for the owl and then 3 for the chicks. And again, when you read your instructions, always look how many strands. And the little symbol on Permin kits is the needle with the strands there.
Right,
you can see.
Yep.
Yep, and then you would count how many you do. So, and some of them have backstitch. Permin kits don't have half cross stitches. People who cross stitched a lot, if you haven't cross stitched yet, you think ignore what I'm saying because it doesn't apply. But basically, all Permin kits use whole cross stitches, not half cross stitches or quarter, and that is the right way because a cross stitch is a cross stitch, it's not a half stitch. So a little point there. Very, very easy to do. Hours of enjoyment.
Now you're back at
7
o'clock.
Yeah,
with
I am indeed.
So if you've just tuned into the remaining few minutes of this show, thinking, "Oh no, I've missed them." Same kits will be back. More hints and tips with Jeremy then at 7 o'clock this evening. But do remember, at 7, our bonus Freedom event will be over. So now is the time. If you want any of the kits in the show and you fancy sampling Freedom membership as a bonus, go for it right now, because put bonus 18 into the promo code box. That will give you Freedom membership for a month, all of your standard postage paid for on everything you buy from us for a whole month. And if you are an existing Freedom customer, just put bonus 18 in and you'll then get a £6.97 reduction off the cost of what you buy if you're already in the Freedom Club. Simple as that. So go and check out at hochanda.com. That's our website. Good to see you, Jeremy.
Yeah, great to see you, Dave. Have a good day.
Have a good show later on.
Thank
I
you,
will
thanks.
see you at the weekend on Saturday morning. Matt's next. So yes, it's Craft Creations, card making essentials with Matt coming up in a second. Then it's our final call for the one-day special with Debbie and the Colorista Aqua pencils. And then KTC Designs has a brand new one-day special with Noreen at 6.
Hi, I'm Anna and I'm a founder of Craftbox UK. Craftbox is a box full of craft supplies that we send to our customers monthly. The company has been going for a year and a half, and as a crafter, I wanted to find a box which I could receive every month and would be full of craft supplies. As I couldn't find such box, I decided to create it myself, and that's how Craftbox started. Every box contains at least 15 products, which are beautifully hand-packaged by a team based here in Cambridgeshire. All products are placed in a beautiful, sturdy box, which is ribbon tied, and we hope that by receiving this box, you will feel like it's Christmas every month. Make sure you don't miss the craft box shows on Hochanda.
Hi everyone, I'm Gordon.
I'm Justin.
And
together we are Be Creative.
Justin and I formed our company just under 1 year ago to bring you new and exciting products under the Be Creative brand.
We have a fantastic relationship with Hochanda, and we love to share our ideas and creation with you, our viewers.
So why not come be creative with us
Here at Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Emma.
And I'm Pam.
And we're from Quilters Trading Post. We've been open since 2007, so we're coming up to 10 years now.
We started our business in Cambridge, really, with a long arm quilting machine. We decided we wanted to make a proper business of it, so we bought a shop in this area. We soon grew out of that because we became successful, and we bought a school, and now we're in the school.
We have 4 parts to our business. We have the quilting service, we run workshops, we sell patchwork and quilting threads, fabrics and notions, and we do patterns and books. That's our newest thing, and our favourite being our crafters carry-all.
We've really enjoyed being on Hochanda. It's made us famous, really. We've got lots of people who now come into the shop and tell us that they've seen us, and that they've enjoyed the demonstrations, and they've watched us over and over again.
Make sure you don't miss our shows here on Hochanda.
Yeah, you've got to wait for that last boom. Really, really nice to see you. My name's Matt, and of course this is Shelley Glover from Craft Creations. And we love it when we see you, Shelley, as well, because it's such a lovely chilled out show where you create beautiful cards. But also it's so, well, I don't want to go on and on about it, but it's such an inclusive show. Like, regular crafters who've been doing it for years are going to love stocking up on the essentials, but if you're starting brand new afresh, why are we going to love today's show?
You've just got everything you need here to get started if you haven't crafted before. And of course, there's you've got such an array of products, perfect for the ladies, perfect for the men, scrapbookers, stampers, whatever.
Yeah, and you mean what you say. When you say you've got everything that you need to get started here, you have. You've got your card blanks with matching envelopes. You don't even need to worry about getting the right sized envelopes to send. You've got your backing papers here, your creative paper packs. Now, they've got 24 sheets in them, but we noticed some of them have got 8 different styles. Some of them have got 6 and 8 there. So you've got a mixture of patterns and designs.
Yeah, that's it. So you've got 192 sheets in total, so and they're all A5 plus, so they're slightly bigger than A5.
Do you like the gingham style? Okay, we're not going to start singing or dancing here.
No.
Oh, the show's already descended and it's not even 2 minutes past, Shelley. You're going to swap me for another one, aren't you? You're going to call Dave back. We love the papers because they're such high quality as well. But explain why, you know, new crafters are going to be loving the show for stocking up, but also why would the regular crafters be like, yeah, that's good stuff?
Well, because you've got 120 GSM, so they're really nice quality. You can stamp onto them because they're uncoated, so you can stamp directly onto them. You can do all your mixed media on them. You've got such an array of designs, so you've got your pastels, you've got your brights, you've got your gingham, your tartan. So just so much there for you to choose from. You just mentioned the gingham there. It is in all the different colours. We will get you dancing before the end of the show, Shelley. No. We will. And there's the tartan as well. Yeah. And there it is with the greens in there too. Oh, I think that's gorgeous. We've all got our own favourites. Pastels, bright spots, birthday wishes as well. $19.99. It's the big bundle. We've been really lucky that we've seen a couple of these packs maybe on a previous show with Shelley, but never before, new today, in the big bundle. 192 sheets of the A5 Plus. We'll explain later why that's important, but basically it means that you've got more choices in your card making. Go for it. It's also the last day of your Bonus 18 event. So order now. We'll explain about the Bonus 18 event later for you. This is what you're getting on your paper selection here. 240516 to order now, and that's 192 sheets of your A+ papers. 80 GSM normally for your normal copy paper, but this is 120 GSM. These decoupage packs were so popular earlier, Shelley, on our earlier show at midday. Everybody was loving these, but both sets actually, both of them.
I mean, these are great. They're really, really easy to use. They're die cut, so you haven't got to cut anything out. You just pop them out and layer them up using your foam pads and things like that. But this pack here is all the florals, so perfect for all the ladies in your life, and even get well soon, or just feeling, you know, feeling down, something like that. It's just something nice to give. But we were saying earlier as well about maybe making frames and things like that out of them, and using them as a gift rather than a card. Yeah, definitely home decor and a gift to keep, you know, because they are such beautiful colours and really easy to follow as well. We've just showed a lot of the florals, but do you know, I know it's naughty to have favourites, but you are getting them all. But I'm loving all the bird selections too, the birds in blossom here. The birds are lovely. Look at them there, they're so sweet. And then the jugs of tulips. This is perfect timing, Shelley. I don't know how we always seem to see you at certain times of the year when you know, it's just right on the button of like the season or what we want. You know, we've had enough of the cold and ice and snow. This is such lovely imagery. So let's hear some of the cards that you've made with these, if that's okay. Let's have a look. Got a wonderful selection here. Look at these, bringing them to life. Talk us through the design then and how easy it might be to achieve this. Really easy to achieve things like this. So I'm just using on this one the paper, so the background paper, and just the design. So that one is literally, it's not even bordered, that border's already on the design, so that is actually all included on that sheet. Right, so you pop it out. But yeah, it's so easy, and just layer it on top. And then, you know, you've got that matte, or at least bordered there, but look at that, I love that just on the card blanket itself. Just so it really makes the wheelbarrow stand out. Yeah, and a couple of peel-offs on there as well, which we've got on the show. Just there and there, that's 20 peel-off sticker sheets for $11.99 today if you find them. There's one of the toppers. But look at that, the whole technique of decoupage, building up an image. It's easy to see why so many people get bitten by the crafting bug with decoupaging, and it brings artwork to life. It really does. It does. There, look at that image there with the blossom and that gorgeous bird in the tree, and then the florals as well, whether they're in the vases or in the wheelbarrow. You've got them all in this set today. A whole selection of imagery, $17.99 plus delivery, and you're getting 20 sheets. And you said earlier, Shelley, you can make a lot more than 20 cards. Definitely, because it's, I mean, on each sheet you've got more than one image most of the time. So you've sometimes got 3 or 2. You've also got toppers on there, and you also don't need to use every single layer. So you can be more savvy and you can get more out of the sheets by not using all the layers as well. Yeah, of course. No, you'll show that in your demonstrations today. You'll show us making and then what you've got left over, won't you? So you'll see genuinely how much you can have left over from each sheet. 360895 is your item number to order there. You're getting 20 decoupage sheets for $17.99 plus delivery, and it's the bonus 18 event at the moment as well. I'll tell you more about that as we go. And this is the men's set as well. What sort of imagery can we expect in this set? Lots of imagery in this one. So we've got the sports, so we've got things like rugby, cricket, football. You've also got some of like planes and trains and things like that. Scramblers, there's literally so much, and we always say as crafters, the hardest people to make cards for are men. I know, we apologise. Yes, very, very bad. Yeah, we are. So this pack is perfect for that, because you've just got such an array of different things for all the men in your life, or if you're selling. Will you have the, we can make to sell very importantly here, can't we? It's very, very important. And then you've got the cricket there, we saw the darts at the very beginning with the cartoon style, and the horse there. All the things that you love, maybe as a pastime or a hobby, and also some of the things that you never grow out of either. You know, the like you say, the motorbikes and the trains. Yeah, and that's it. If someone likes them, they're always sort of into those, aren't they? That's it. Yeah, for sure. And I was showing off my motorbike knowledge earlier with all of these, and then Shelley called me on it by I was saying I thought I was pretty certain this was a twin super rocket, and then Shelley called me on it. She said, yeah, they're all written at the top, just there. And I know. I tried. Now, this is a Spitfire. Yeah, easily recognisable, the Spitfire. But one a lot of people get wrong is this is the Mustang, but you can clearly see from the markings on the tail. Oh, stop. There you go, the Mustang. Yeah, don't give it away. I love all the little bits on this one as well. I know, yeah. You've also got like a little sort of saying about that that plain as well, about how it's made or when it was made or something like that.
Yes.
It's really nice.
Yeah,
to add all those extra bits as well.
I love the imagery, and you've got the different toppers as well, and then just building your own little sentiments on there as well. And then over here, whether it's for a brother, a son, or a dad, or a granddad, the banners on here. I mean, look, you've got the banner going all the way across, and that lovely image in the clouds as well. That's the tiger moth. That's the de Havilland. That is. You can tell from the bi wings on it.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, and then the steam train as well. We'll see that later. But let's see a couple of cards made up here, Shelley. They're just popping off the page there, and we've got the bike, the motorbike, just there. For the man in your life, and then the rugby scrum, and then just that good humour of the bowling alley there. Like we said earlier, we all know somebody that bowls like that. Is that you? Who is it? There's somebody in the family who does that. And then the motorbike in the garage with the toolkit. Lovely stuff. Some great imagery on these, and it's £17.99 plus delivery to get the whole set of 20 decoupage sheets. And it's 558697. We're really lucky, Shelley, that you brought the Miri papers with you.
Yeah.
Because Miri is a strong brand, isn't it?
It is, it definitely is.
Tell us more about Miri and why a lot of people live by it.
Yeah, so Miri Paper is really, really highly reflective mirrored paper, and it's actually branded Miri, which is different to when you see mirrored paper or mirrored card. It's actually branded Miri Paper, and you can just see that sheen there. It's 140 GSM, so it's really thick paper. It's not like your normal sort of paper, and you only really need a small amount of that Miri on your card to just give it that sparkle and just to give it that lovely edge.
Yeah, literally cut it into strips or frames and stuff, and die cut. Does it die cut okay if
you
do use a die cut
that's fine. And you've got 30 sheets there. You've got 3 of each colour, 10 different colours. So you've got a big range of different colours as well to suit all the different projects that you're doing.
You used the gunmetal earlier, which is really, really cool.
That is a lovely colour.
You've got the copper colour and the silver there, the high reflective classic Miri, and then you've got the gold as well. And then you might think I've already shown you this next one as well, which is the purple. And you might think, well, hang on, that was one of the ones we saw earlier on. Actually, it's a really, really dark pink. So there, those 2 colours. So you've got dark pink that we saw, and then that hot amethyst purple colour just there. It is hot stuff.
Very vibrant as well. It's lovely, lovely colours. You can just get lost in them.
That for your sapphires as well. Okay, 636892 is your item number there for your mirror. Lovely assorted papers. It's proper Miri paper as well. That brand name, that trademark as it were, is only usable when it genuinely is the Miri card or paper. And this is the 140 GSM. You get 30 sheets, so 10 different colours and 3 of each colour. 636892. Let's get making. If you're brand new to crafting, or if you've been crafting for many years, this is it. This is what it's all about, and it gets so many people into the world of crafting. The Bonus 18 event is going on at the moment, and with this, it's a bonus event where you can get Freedom membership. Now, if you're already a part of Freedom, don't worry, you can still receive £6.97 off your first purchase during this event, and it ends tonight at 6 p.m. And if you aren't with Freedom yet, you could be getting a bonus month's worth of membership worth £6.97, where you get unlimited standard delivery on everything you order. You get discounts as a Freedom member that others don't get. You get a badge and a monthly newsletter. All you've got to do is quote Bonus 18. It's not automatic, so quote it on the phone if it's your first order during the event, or type it in on the box on the checkout on the web. Spend £30 or more after all discounts, not including delivery, and you'll qualify for that. Bonus 18. It's well worth going for. So yes, Shelley, which one are you going to work with first?
Okay, so we're going to do this tiger moth here. Okay. So if you've never done decoupage before, really, really simple to do. They are all numbered up, okay? So you literally just pop out the first design, which is the big design there, and then you just follow the numbers. So they are all numbered up. So you've got number 2, number 3, number 4. So you literally just layer them up. So simple. So I will start doing this. So that was my first layer. So this is my layer number 2. Obviously, when you've got some little tiny bits, you do need to take a bit of extra care when you're pulling them out so that you don't damage them.
Yeah, when it's all die cut for you, it's very easy, isn't it?
That's it. You just pop them out there.
Very delicate imagery. But then they don't fall out when you don't want them to come out.
That's it. You want them to stay in the sheet because you don't want all the little bits everywhere.
Yeah. Otherwise, that first bit of the show would have been a nightmare, wouldn't it, with bits everywhere.
Okay,
but instead, it was smooth, went like a dream.
You can just turn it over there, and you can just put your foam pad. So you can use silicone glue if you prefer. Yeah. And obviously, when you do this at home, you will be putting a few more extra pads. I'm just going to put a few just to show you, to give you the idea. But you would go and put some extra pads along.
Well, we've got, just so you don't get confused, just dropping into the show quickly, you might think, well, hang on, what's what? There's a pack of foam pads, but there's also a bumper pack of adhesives. So what would you recommend for people today?
Well, the foam pads are obviously what you need to layer everything up, but the bumper pack is the best thing if you are just starting out, because you have got your double-sided tape in there, and you've got your glues and a range of sizes as well.
Okay.
But if you're already a crafter and you've got all your tapes, then the foam pad pack is the best, yeah.
Okay then, so different choices for different crafters for different areas of their crafting journey. It's all on the website or on the phone when you phone through. So the bumper pack of adhesives is on the left-hand side of your screen at the minute, where you get the mixture. You know, you've got the foam tape to cut into, double-sided, sticky to mat and layer.
Yeah.
But the foam pads by themselves are down at the bottom of the screen, and that's 12,401 foam pads that you're getting there, $14.99 plus delivery. 070517 is your item number, just on that one there.
So, just prying these out. And then another tip is, when you, after you've taken it out, if you turn it over, you can see the bits that you haven't pushed out easier from the back. So never look from the front, because there's a slight sort of bleed area from the colour, so that we don't get any white edges. It's hard to see, you know.
Yeah, what you mean by that area is that just that halo around the edge there. You can see it there, the printing.
The worst thing is to have white edges all around your design. So
yes, you can see that there with the mark around the plane as well. So it's all coloured up beautifully. There's no white frame or anything.
So again, you would put some more foam pads on than what I am.
I love this image.
It's lovely, isn't it? And the sky and the sort of landscapes there are just lovely.
I mean, even if you were to just take it without decoupaging up, you'd save the other images you're sticking on the top there for other projects.
Yeah.
Even then, you could have put that in a nice frame that you then dress up and decorate yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
So then, you know, if you are making to sell, you are allowed to do that too.
Yeah. So this is just the last layer here, so this is just that wing. And that's why it's good to have the big foam pad pack, because you've got a big array of sizes, and sometimes you need these really, really tiny diddy ones, and obviously sometimes you need some of the larger ones.
For the more detailed decoupage, yeah.
Especially when you're doing flowers and things like that, you need the tiny little bits.
So in the bumper pack of foam pads, yeah, you do, like you say then, Shelley, you've got the different sizes of the foam pads. The teeny tiny ones that you've just used there. In fact, this is one of the most delicate images, I think, on the whole set.
It is quite delicate, yeah.
It's quite nice to see you doing it live, actually, just in case if anyone was wondering.
So there's my design there, so I'm going to layer it onto my Miri.
Oh, wow, is this all? We'll look at it properly at the end, but is that all the bits that you're not using then? Wow, there's loads more on there. All these toppers, sentiments for brother, son, granddad, dad, a little banner with happy birthday on it. You could have that behind the plane, as it's suggested.
The one at the bottom here as well is a bit like a pyramage one, like you were saying about on the last show.
Oh, yeah.
So you layer that one up on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one here. So you layer that up, yeah.
Then that one, then that one, then that one, and it builds this lovely pyramage thing. Yeah, nice.
So I've already put my double-sided tape on the back, and I've just gutted out my Miri paper there as well. So that just means that you've then got an extra piece here that you can then save for something else.
Yeah, you die cut through, straighten it up a bit or something.
Because we only want the border showing anyway, so we don't need that big large piece. So we can just lay that over the top. Then we've got a lovely shiny blue border on there.
Because you've got all the 10 colours to choose from on your Miri paper.
Yeah,
choose
that's
the nice one that matches, as you say.
And then I have just strips of the blue paper. So this is from the 192 paper pack. So I'm literally just going to put a strip down the bottom. Fold that over.
So we've got our Miri paper that we've been talking about, but the details on your screen now are the 192 mixed papers that you're getting, the ones with the spots and the dots, the tartan and the gingham style. All that jazz, yeah. 192 sheets, sorry, and they're A5 plus. We'll talk about that a bit later, Shelley, won't we?
Yeah.
And that size and everything.
So I've just gone past, I always like to go past the actual card because you get a nice flush edge then that you can trim off.
Don't do that straight onto the dining room table.
No, you definitely need a cutting mat or something. And then I've got some peel-off stickers here. So this is part from the border and words pack that we've got on the show.
Yeah, good to get the stickers. These will last you ages. A very similar set. I didn't get exactly this bundle, but very similar set. In fact, I've got a couple of sets actually because I've got blues and reds in the one I've got and clear ones. But they will last you ages, you know. I mean, mine is still going after a couple of years. You've got words and sentiments on there. You've got the corners, they are the corners. Then you've got your flourishes in silver. You've got a mixture of colours here too. This is one for your happy birthdays, dedications, and then you've got your strips and borders there. You've got your gold spots and borders, as well as your flourishes in the middle, sentiments in the gold, and then your lettering in the black, as well as others in the black as well. We'll look at them maybe a little bit longer later because I don't want to detract from what Shelley's doing at the minute. So Shelley, you just...
So I'm literally just going round, So I'm just going round all of the lines with the borders, and then we can just trim off and we can just line up the next bit. And just create a continuous border around.
And you can, once you've got your alcohol markers, you can get on those silver ones, can't you?
Yeah, of
You can colour them.
course, yeah. I love colouring peel-offs. It's really, really good to colour the peel-offs.
Oh my gosh, yeah, earlier on there was that email that came in. Was that Leslie that emailed in? Yeah, it was a really, really good comment to say, get your stickers, get your peel-offs, stick them onto a piece of card or paper, and then ink over them to then create, so then you're making like a stencil. Oh, it was Debbie did.
Yeah.
But I know we've got a few emails in, so sorry for not remembering all the names. But Debbie, yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, really that is a great idea.
Yeah, just stenciling, inking over them, and then you can stencil, because they resist it, obviously, the ink, don't they?
Yeah. So I'm just continuing this border, and because this particular one's really, really easy to line up because it's the dots. And then you've got that sort of bit of shine and sparkle on there as well, and it just sort of grabs your eye, doesn't it, a little bit? So now I'm going to bring my design back, and I'm just going to put some double-sided tape on the back.
Every time you use your double-sided tape as well, that's where we should know that this is coming from the bumper adhesive pack as well. So there's your bumper foam pad set, but also these are in your adhesives where you get your double-sided tape, which is obviously flat, you know, thin, so it's just literally just a layer of adhesive once you peel it off. But then you've got your foam pads which lift your images for you as well. So bumper pack of adhesives is where we've got our tape from, this one, and it's 566522. To order that today. Bonus 18 event is a big one, where hopefully you've already got your bonus freedom membership. If not, we'll explain more in a minute.
So I'll just stick that on there,
taking shape nicely.
And then I'm just going to take off Grandad's sentiment.
In fact, the event closes sooner than I thought, because it's 4:20. It's only until 6 PM tonight, the bonus 18 event. Yeah, so it's well worth getting involved in that.
Put that down there. And then I've got, this is again from that pack, so this is a sheet of dots, and you can just see they're quite versatile to use. Just 3 little dots. I always do 3 little dots. You've probably seen most of the time when I'm doing my cards, I put 3 little dots or 3 little hearts, something on it. It's kind of like a signature thing.
It's good. It's good. I think you did teach me that. Actually. Like 1, 3, and 5. Like, to stick to your odd numbers.
And then I've just backed this in the Miri paper as well, so I've got the Miri paper around the edge.
Oh, nice way of lifting it. And that could be from a bit that you'd saved as well.
Yeah, that's it. That could be from that bit that we gutted out, and that is your finished card there.
It looks lovely.
So there
Such
we
a
go.
lovely hand finished
When
it.
you see all of the bits that we left as well.
Very importantly, that is everything that we left from the decoupage sheet too. So let's give the card its moment in the spotlight, but also there you've got your pyramage, which is pyramiding but lifting up, but also then you've got extra sentiments that you haven't used, 2 banners, a couple of extra toppers here, and a beautiful little extra bits of detail there too. Maybe put some stickles over that and make it all nice and shiny or something.
Nice,
would be beautiful, wouldn't it? So lots going on there image-wise, loads of value as well, because that is one of 20 sheets that you're getting in your pack, and we've made one beautiful card there with more imagery than we needed. We didn't need to be so luxurious with that, but we have. We've gone all out and we made it nice and three-dimensional. 558697 to get the set that came from for your decoupage sheet. Shelley, as ever, the important thing is that you've got to get your card blanks, haven't you?
Yes, exactly.
So to make your cards, we've got the card blanks. They come with matching envelopes. Very importantly as well, you'd be searching high and low for an envelope maybe, but you're getting a pack of 25 of each size, making 75 card blanks in all. This is phenomenal. $14.99 plus delivery to get 75 card blanks with the envelopes. So it's absolutely outrageous value. 6 by 8 inches, 6 by 6 inches and 5 by 7 inches are your sizes on there, and they are also 300 GSM. So that's heavyweight card there, good quality card. We are lucky to be working with Craft Creations to be able to offer things like that. That is a really, really good value offer. We've got the papers here for you, the patterned papers, and they are in a big, big bundle now. We've never seen them in the big bundle together before, so we're really lucky to have it on today. New today as the big 8 different pads designs together. You're getting a lot more than just 8 as well, because in this pack you're getting 24 sheets. That's the pastel birthday wishes, for example, or pale birthday wishes. 24 sheets in there, 6 different colourways. And then as we move on to the pastel dots, you still get your 24 sheets, but that's in 8 different colourways. And then as we scan across, you've got your bright dots, again 24 sheets of these, but that's spread across just 6 different colourways, so you actually get 4 of each colour in there. So on a whole array of different designs here. So is it a men's card that you're making, or something that is maybe requiring maybe a little bit more of an attractive tartan design? Well, just to pan along, we can see the spots and dots. You've got the gingham, you've got the tartan, and then the bright coloured dots as well, where you've got the colour background but also the coloured dots on the front. But here's the nitty-gritty, the sort of surface of it. It's really, really nice quality. Say card, it's 120 GSM, but paper would be 80 GSM, so it's half as heavy again. So it's an extra 40 GSM heavier than your normal copy paper. So yeah, it's good quality paper stroke card with your tartan designs there. That's just one pack there for 192 in total. So it works out at 10p a sheet. You've got your gingham, you've got your bright birthday wishes, pale, all of them in, working out at 10p a sheet for 240516. Did you see your decoupage sheets earlier, and did you think, well, I like those, but I want to wait for a bit of a closer look? Here they are. You've got your florals in here too. We've got the cards as well, so we can show them also. But just before we do, just feast your eyes on some of the imagery that we've got here. Only feast your eyes, because otherwise, look at that, look, too many chocolates. That was like me yesterday. Dave Bradford shared a box that he'd got for Christmas, and well, I ended up finishing the lot, actually, all of them, they all went. He was on air when I did it, but he gave them to me. He said, you can have these, but he expected them to last like a week, but they didn't. They lasted about an hour. But yeah, you've got some lovely florals in here. And for the year to come, imagine how it's going to be in the months to come. Think about whose birthday is next. Who are you thinking of next, birthday-wise? I've got my Uncle Ray coming up as the next birthday to think of, I think. But whoever's next birthday, or Mother's Day, or Valentine's Day, or any anniversary card that you might be making, is there some imagery here that's jumping out at you? You're thinking, oh, I like that. Okay, I'll go for it today. I'll get my card blanks, I'll get my foam pads, and I'll do it. you know, loving the bird imagery there. That was the goldfinch that we saw in the cherry blossom tree. And here is the forget-me-nots in the wheelbarrows. There's the daisies in the wheelbarrows. And then the very, very sweet cat there. And the mum sentiment there. We said send in pictures of cats earlier. We must refresh the email to see what happened there. So studio@hochanda.com to send in some pictures of cats, because you can never have too many. The chocolates and the gifts and the roses here. Lovely card that. Made with the papers on the background, and then you've got your sentiment on the bottom. Add your own embellishments on there, like the ribbon here with the pearl. This is also made by Shelley. You've got your peel-off stickers that are available with special friend and happy birthday. The 3 little dots, which is Shelley's signature mark. You can't miss that. But using your Miri papers, so look at that, giving you your border with the Miri paper around the edge. Don't forget to gut the middle to save it. But then your pyramage. Oh, I like this. I've made a pyramage card myself. That was one of the first cards I ever made. But I like the way we've gone off on a jaunty angle there to make it a bit different. Remember that cat that was cheekily looking at the poppies? Meow. Yep. There's that cat, still looking cheeky, still thinking I'm going to knock those poppies over, and I'm not sure why. £17.99 plus delivery to order, and you've got 20 decoupage sheets here. And we will safely say you can make at least 20 cards using this pack, because Shelley's proved it. You know, we've used elements, but we've had elements left over. The next set is your men's or gentlemen's or anybody. Let's not be, you know, gender specific here, because you can always just mix and match. And I'd love to receive a card with some of those images on there. Those wheelbarrows are stunning. And the cat as well, yeah. But you've got your humorous cards here, potentially. Oh, I said I wasn't going to pick them all up at the same time, didn't I? I planned that before the show. I said, don't do that, because you only drop them. Yeah, you've got the humorous cards here with the cartoon darts match going on. How many people's locals look like that, eh? There's a yeah, there's a pub near me that looks quite similar. Larry Longarms there. Oh, you know the book Mr. Tickle? My son, he's only 3. My son Kanye. He calls Mr. Tickle Mr. Longarms. I know. Oh, Kanye's just a nickname, by the way. So yeah, then you've got the cricketer. He's just fab. Actually, fab. The cricketer, he's properly in action there, photorealistic. And then you've got all of your hobbies that come in with your horse riding, the gardening with the pots, and then you've got your 200cc motorbike here. So I just tried to remember the name of the motorbike. But then you've got the BSA Twin Rocket. Or is it the Twin Super Rocket? I think it might be, because it's got a slightly higher bumper on it. And then you've got the Hawker Typhoon. But look, you've got some of these extra images on here. Toppers, sentiments, but also you've got on some of the others as well. You've got the banner details that you could use. But even, there's the one that Shelley used just now, even just use that for one piece of home decor or one card, and you've got the rest of the decoupage elements left over to still use. There's the Mustang, and the Spitfire, and then one of my faves, I said I'd show you this later, didn't I? You've got the King George V. Going on a nice steep. Isn't it lovely when you hear, usually at the weekend, you might be in the garden, and you might hear, if you've got a station or a rail track nearby, a railway, you just hear like a steam train maybe going past, or you can hear the whistle on a steam train. You think it's a nice thing. A British weekend, isn't it? A steam train, the age of steam. Check this out. Is this a bit of a British weekend as well? Go down to the 10-pin bowling alley and bowl really badly. Definitely, if you haven't been for a while, maybe book a day out. That's certainly a bit of a British weekend, isn't it? It could be. Is it the rugby or the rugger? We started that conversation earlier on. Oh, yeah, nice bit of rugger. And there's the decoupage. I reckon it would be rugger for Charlie. Presenter Charlie would be like, yeah, fancy a game of rugger? Yeah. And then you've got the footy there. I know he'll be watching this, actually, so I need to be... Hello, Charlie. Love ya. And then you've got the tools and the bike, too, as well as that lovely trotting horse. A lot of imagery here from, you know, around the UK. Images that we... you know, we know and love, images that we feel safe with, we love them. So 558697 is your item number. You get your 20 sheets of decoupage for £17.99 plus delivery. Don't forget your Miri paper too, that's brilliant for putting on your borders, but the foam pads themselves are in a big pack, 12,401 foam pads. That's a lot of foam pads. We've had different celebrities counting our foam pads for us. These have been counted by Moira Stewart. 070517 is your item number there for you. Don't forget the Miri Paper, and that's the 30 sheets of Miri Paper, 140 GSM with that mirror effect, with the 10 different colourways, and you get 3 of each colourway. Mixtures of silver, a lovely copper, the gunmetal grey, which is like an anthracite colour. The blue is beautiful, the purples and the pinks as well as the red. Lovely stuff. So yeah, Shelley, those foam pads haven't really been counted by celebrities, have they? They've been counted by you.
Yeah.
You are... no, they weren't counted by you either, were they? Or me? No. They were counted by probably the manufacturer. So, which is Craft Creations. So, what are we doing next?
Okay.
Before I dig myself a hole.
So we're going to make a card using the roses here. Okay. So this is from the ladies pack, or the floral pack. So I've got a piece of the wordy paper. So you can just see here that you can you could just cut out this small section if you wanted to, and just have a sentiment out of it.
Yeah,
so if you was to do that, this really would go a long way. But I've already just trimmed this just slightly smaller than my card, and I've put my double-sided tape on the back. So I'm just going to take that off and stick it onto my card.
I've just gone and found a couple of cards because of what you were talking about there, Shelley. I love what you've done here. You've given your backing 2 tones. Yeah. So you've taken your card blank, and then you've gone in with your pattern paper just behind. So you've just cut into one of the sheets there. Yeah. And it's important that it's A5 plus, isn't it?
Yep. So A5 plus means it's just slightly bigger than A5, which means if you wanted to completely cover your card, you could do that. Yeah. And go all the way round the edge, and then cut round rather than lining it up. And also on a 6x6 card, an A5, a true piece of A5 is just slightly too small. Yes. So you wouldn't be able to go edge to edge. Right. So that just helps you with things like that.
So a 6" by 6" card is coverable with your A5 plus, but if it was normal A5, it wouldn't quite cover it. And then just because you said about cutting into a strip, you know, you can make your papers go a long, long way. That's exactly what you've done here?
Yeah, that's it. So that's just cutting a whole strip. So that was just like a strip off of the bottom or something like that. But yeah, there's just so much you can do with it. And you only need a small amount because of the colours in there. Yeah. Having just the colours that match. Yeah, it just picks out the colours of the design.
In fact, you've got on the Miri paper and your pattern papers all matching there, and it's a beautiful card. That lovely. So yeah.
Okay. So I've stuck my this wordy paper on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go round with some of the borders. So again, these borders are from that border peel-off pack that we had on. And these are really, really fine, delicate borders. But a small border all the way around the edge really does make the difference. Some people are sometimes a little bit scared of peel-offs, especially like to get them straight and things like that. So what I would suggest is the way that I just put it on. So if you take one off of the sheet first of all, if you're doing a border, take it off of the sheet there. And then just stick it on one side, so don't worry about this bit, just stick it on to the edge and put your finger on top of that to keep it in place. And then you can hold on to the end and then you can stick it down. So that is now dead straight. So you can just then stick it down.
So until you're happy with it, don't...
and then trim off the excess. But, I mean, I've stuck peel-offs down a few times, they've gone a bit wrong, so you can just unpeel them most of the time.
Yeah, they stick well, but you can still move them.
But you can still move them for a little while first, so...
Details on the left-hand side of the screen for them, actually, and they're £11.99 plus delivery, but if you've taken advantage of the bonus 18 event and you're in Freedom now, they'll be £10.79, including your postage.
So,
and we're saving all the rest of them.
Yep, I always stick the little leftover bits on because we might always need those.
Yeah. They're just a nice finish to the card. They remind us that it's handmade.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all bordered around there. Let's just fold the card over. These are these 300 GSM cards, and you do need to just press them down because they're such good quality.
Yeah, heavy weight.
Yeah.
Good colour as well, like your proper true white as well. They're just nice.
Yeah. So this is my sheet. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use this So I can use this on another card if I want. I'm going to start directly with my layer number 2.
Okay.
Okay, so this just shows you another way to get more out of your sheet if you wanted to do it like that.
Oh, I've just thought of something. You know, Shelley, we were talking about people starting out from scratch. You know, so many crafters that we meet, they might have done it for 10 years or whatever, and there might be crafters that we meet at events or guests that come in here to demonstrate, and they say, oh, yeah, I started this way or that way, card making kits and decoupage, whatever. What about if people are watching and they know somebody that might appreciate it? It's a really nice giftable price, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very nice gift, and it's nice to give the gift of a hobby. You know, you could then give that to someone, and then they could then get the crafting bug.
Yeah.
You might get it in the ear because they're
yeah, that's it then. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, the danger of encouraging
it is a very
new
nice gift, because sometimes people might not have the courage to start themselves either. So, you know, give it as a gift, and then they'll feel that they have to, and they'll do one, and then they'll be hooked.
You can check up on them, can't you?
Yeah.
So, have you
You
used
can
that
wait
kit
for your
that I bought
handmade
you?
card back
It's so
as a
true.
thank you.
Yeah.
This would be a nice thank you card, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? Very much so. So yeah, do you know there's a challenge? So you're really enjoying the show. You watching Shelley here, knowing that you've already placed your order maybe, and you've placed it for yourself. The challenge is maybe think of somebody that you know that would really, really appreciate a new hobby this year. And it's not a big ask, is it? It's not saying you're not buying something that's £100 or £200. Because I always think that's funny whenever they talk on the telly about a gift for somebody. Sometimes on these daytime shows, and it's like, oh, a Father's Day present for Dad. I know, PlayStation VR. You think, really? How much money have you got? Seriously. But, you know, it's a nice sort of £20, £30. Really nice sort of giftable price point where you can say a treat for a friend down the road that you know would really appreciate something new this year.
Even someone that's maybe not very well or something, because we were saying earlier about you can sit on the sofa and make these cards, you know? So I'm literally just layering it over the design underneath and just lining it up. So it's really, really simple to do, and you just follow the numbers.
Yeah. And you don't even need to follow the exact numbers. You can skip out some, and you can save elements for other cards.
We were saying that, if you've got one with a lot of layers, you can use all the odd numbers or all the even numbers, and then you'll create 2 cards out of that.
And of course, Craft Creations has been going 30 years now. So
yeah, over 30 years now.
Yeah.
And they're all manufactured in the UK as well.
That's always good to know. And also acid and lignin free, which is extremely important as well.
It is, yeah. So they won't discolour, they won't affect anything, photos or anything like that.
So if you're building them into your scrapbooking, photo frames, building, you know, family albums and things.
But even something like this you could use as like a corner, sort of a corner ornament on a photo. So imagine a big photo here, and then with that on top as a sort of corner ornament.
Yes,
it would be really, really nice.
Yeah, as a card it looks gorgeous, but you wouldn't even have to have used the backing paper or the card, and you've got all the elements left over.
Yeah. So I've already popped this out, and I've just backed it onto some Miri paper here. So this one says to Mum.
Okay.
So I'm just going to put a pad on the back there and just place it in the corner. And there you have your finished card. Now you could go over this with stickles, glitter glue, anything like that, and do something, you know, to finish it off. But I love it like that. I think it's really nice.
It's a great au naturel, as it were. You know, I mean, you've got more of the peel-off stickers you could place on there if you wanted to. You could make it really sort of sparkly and over the top.
Much,
but, you know,
definitely.
subtlety's the key here. And then that's what you've got left over.
And of course, all of that left over, which is a lot this time, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
So you've got a whole image, whole image on its own, and then you've got your pyramid at the bottom and all your little circles and tags and toppers.
Yeah, all of that value left over still to use. Now, that's from one sheet, so we're saying 20 sheets of decoupage for £17.99 plus delivery. Your item number is 360895, so that's 20 sheets like this. So we've made one card. Obviously, we've needed our card blank, and we've got a matching envelope with it, but details at the bottom of the screen for those, and you're getting 75 with the envelopes for £14.99. But all that potential, at least 20 cards per decoupage pack. The floral decoupage sheet, sheets. They are lovely. Some of the imagery there that you can see as they're fanned out. You've got things like your poppies, your teddy bears as well. What else have we got in there? You've got your daisy wheelbarrows. You've also got your forget-me-not design in the wheelbarrows. You've got the cat with the poppies. Don't forget the teacup flowers and cake, the vase of anemones, the vase of pansies. You've got lots of different imagery in there. £17.99 plus delivery to order. And we've also got the men's decoupage, and in here, you know, you've got the sports and the hobbies and things, the comedy designs, the lovely one with the steam train as well. Just here's a few images that we can cycle through to show you a little bit of the flavour of the men's decoupage set. So we say, one thing we'll say again, yeah, can you think of somebody that would really appreciate either one of these sets as a gift to get them started with their crafting? Get them some card blanks, get them a pack of adhesives, get them some decoupage elements, and they are away. Think about adding the paper, think about adding the Miri paper as well, but they, to be honest, they can do it without. You get them a card blank, decoupage and the foam pads, and they're well away. If you do want to go for the papers though as an extra, it's 192 sheets, and that's about 10p a sheet for £19.99 plus delivery. That will keep you going a long time. If you're in Freedom and you're not paying delivery, then take advantage. Stock up while we're here with Craft Creations. 240516 to order. Yeah, Shelley, what are we up to next?
Okay, so we are going to use the men's decoupage pack. Okay. We've got this fisherman here to do.
These comedy images.
I love them. They're great. So again, I'm just going to take out this middle section because I might use it later.
Okay.
You don't have to be neat with this because obviously you're not going to see that. There we go. And I've already put my double-sided tape on the back as well.
No, that's from the adhesives kit, isn't it? Yeah. Adhesives bundle, should we say. Bumper pack of adhesives, it's called. So you get your double-sided tape. You get your foam tape as well for giving things a bit of a lift. And you get the silicone gel glue as well for the old 3D glue with the pointy nozzle for it as well. That's in your adhesives pack.
So exactly the same as before, we are just following the numbers. So this is my layer number 2 here. And then I'm just using my foam pads, but again you can use the silicone adhesive if you prefer. I think it's just personal preference with that.
It's quite neat to use the foam pad actually for the duck.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So we can just pop this out.
And you match up the image basically, find it.
Yeah. So this one I think has got stuck in the tree.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe.
He won't be sitting there next time, will he? I wonder who was there first. Maybe he was there first and the tree came along. Oh no, sorry, no, I've realised now. The tree
I did go fishing with my dad once when I was little.
Oh yeah.
And I put the rod behind me and caught my dad's friend's finger with the hook. So I'm not very good at fishing.
Did you never go back? That was it?
No, I did actually go back a little bit actually. I did do it when I was younger. And then I got to the stage in childhood when you go fishing's not like
you realise
you smell of fish and you know it's just like no I'm a lady, I'm a girl, I'm too girly, and then I stopped.
All right then, okay, each to their own. Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, dear. Fair play to your dad though for like saying look come along with this. It's really nice.
My mum and dad go all the time. My mum loves it as well, so it's not just a you know they love it. But yeah, that was a bad injury. Okay, so we just layer it on top, changing the subjects very quickly.
Yeah, let's get back here.
Layer it on top there and just carry on with all the numbers. And again, you've got nice tags on this one as well, which are quite nice to have a tag, because if you are making a gift, maybe you can make the tag match as well for the gift. So as I said there, you can see there that those bits, you can see it a lot clearer.
Yes.
Now I've turned it over.
Yeah, you can't see that though with the design on the front.
No.
You're never going to see clearly, are you, the die cut area?
So yeah, it's definitely better to look from behind. There we go, and then more foam pads.
and you're just doing it very quickly. We might put a few more foam pads on at home.
Again, so yeah, at home you would go a little bit more careful, put a few more foam pads on, especially on like the really thin bits, like up here. Maybe you'd put a really small one there.
Yeah, and you've got some of those in the foam pad set. We can actually see them on camera on the right hand side of the shot.
Yeah,
this
just
one.
These are the really tiny ones. Tiny ones, and the next size, and the next size again.
Yeah, you've inadvertently made a Tetris shape there as well. With that one. You could have some fun doing that. Obviously in your own home, and then you're not infringing on copyright. Other blocks games are available, but they're just not as famous.
Okay, so I will just put on his head here.
And that's bringing his detail out now as well.
Yeah.
It looked quite funny with you walking around there with his head just there on the end of your craft knife. Like, oh no, what have you done, Shelley? You'll have the police here in no time.
So I'll just bring the card back now, and I'll just fold that in half. And then I've got my paper. So this is really nice. This is like a crafty brown. It's got a kind of like, it's not a texture, but it's like the actual craft card texture. So you can just slightly see the lines down there.
Yeah.
Probably can't see it very well on the camera, but it does give that effect of craft paper, which is really nice.
Do you know, all the papers are so wonderful quality as well here, Shelley.
Yeah.
I mean, just reassure us while we're working with the paper at the minute that in terms of will it do what we want it to do, like die cutting, inking and stuff?
Yeah, it will do everything. It's uncoated, so you can stamp directly onto it.
Yeah.
You can die cut with it. Literally everything for your scrapbooking, card making. It's really just a great all-round paper, really, for all sorts.
I mean, it feels great quality, you know, when you do what we do every day and you feel products, so you know what's good. And yeah, it just feels like it's going to take your inks really well. It's got a good weight to it as well. 120 GSM, so normal paper's about 80, so it's got the weight to it where, you know, you can feel it's not flimsy, it's not going to go anywhere. Good quality. Those craft creations, they're going to know a few things after over 30 years in the business. I don't think they'd put their name on something that wasn't high grade. All made in the UK for various items that we've got here as well.
So I've just got my paper on there, so I've just covered half the card, and then I'm going to take one of the gold peel-offs.
Just to say, I'll choose the pale birthday messages just very quickly. You've got the normal ones, but in terms of colourways, you choose. You know, depending on what card you're making, you weren't limited, thinking, oh no, I've got to use that. You've deliberately gone for that nice sort of beige colour.
Yeah, there is literally, when I was making the samples, there is near enough a colour for every single decoupage, because especially with the Miri paper, you've got the 10 different colours there as well. Yeah. So you can see that I've used the brown here, and then earlier we used the copper, didn't we? Copper, Miri paper.
Yeah, this morning we used the gunmetal, didn't we?
And all of that, I mean, that just goes, the copper and the brown goes really nice together.
Yeah. Sapphire blue for our aeroplane earlier.
Yeah.
And I just mentioned the gunmetal for the motorbike. I'm sure we've put that somewhere else now, but I do remember it. So everything's coordinated.
Down there. Yeah.
See, I do remember your demonstrations. I promise.
The few hours in between doesn't just fade away.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It goes quickly, you know, with homemade sandwiches and a tub of olives. I'm trying to be good for the new year. That would have been a packet of crisps.
And our matching lunch boxes.
Our matching lunch boxes, we do, yeah. We've got matching bright pink lunch boxes, yeah. Mine's got my daughter's name on it, though, so it's clearly not mine. Because my name is not Poppy McNamara.
No.
But yeah, it does look funny in the fridge. Right, it's in there. But Joe, our director, says he doesn't know what to believe now, but I'll show it to him after the show. It's true. It's when she got her brand new Lightning McQueen lunchbox. That's when I got the pink one. That was it. You know.
So I've just put 3 little dots in the corner there with my peel-offs, and then I've got one of the sentiments. So this one says, Dad's gone fishing. So I can just stick that in the centre there. And then there you have your finished card.
There it is.
And again, we have a few bits
good
left
proof,
on
isn't
here
it?
as well.
Always good proof as to the value of what we've got. So we have, to be honest, we have gone to town. We've got all the decoupage elements have come out because it's the sort of image we want to bring to life. So we have used a lot of the decoupage images, but some are left behind because we've thought, do you know what? Why not? You know, use that image of him with his hat. You've still got his hat to add the detail. You can add the detail of the seat and his arm. You've got the fish looking very cheeky.
And the few fish. I mean, you could put those on the inside maybe. So you know, like when you open it up and after you've got your insert or something inside, you can use maybe a fish or something in the bottom corner or something like that.
Nothing to stop them going down here onto that corner or something when you've opened up. So it's not all on the front and then lost. It's a great idea, that. And then maybe the tag on the back or something as well. I've fallen for you, hook, line and sinker. Oh dear, it's all good, isn't it? It never gets old. We love it. So yeah, all that imagery, it's all the sort of stuff that will bring a smile to our face, all the things that we just won't grow out of ever in the men's decoupage kit. 558697 is your item number. On the website, you've got all of the items that Shelley's been using today. You've got the... Oh, my goodness, is that the time? My word. My goodness. Yeah, you've got the double-sided self-adhesives. You've also got the bumper pack of adhesives. Oh, this is nice, actually, because we've been talking about these. On that photo, you can see your silicone gel, you've got your foam tape, you've got your double-sided tape as well. So if we click on it, you'll see there you've got exactly those elements to your adhesive pack. Great to get you started if you're just getting into your crafting. The men's decoupage kit is by all means not the only decoupage kit we've got on the show. Of course, the florals are here too, and just the imagery just keeps on giving here. Let's look at some of these lovely cards you've made. Shelley, talk us through some of these designs.
So really, really nice designs, lovely colours in there. So you've got your pinks and your yellows and your reds. But they are just great for everything, really, aren't they? You know, for Mother's Day, spring birthdays, or just any birthdays, really. We all love flowers, don't we?
I mean, that's coming to life there. I mean, every element's been used. You can see, you know, you've made that beautifully, Shelley. And then on here, you've got your Miri paper behind. But then on here, you've used some of the Patterns Dots paper.
Yeah, and the tartan just along the bottom there. That doesn't really look like tartan, but it's just a little strip of that brown just to tie in the wheelbarrow brown, really.
Sorry for not noticing that. I thought my brain said like wood grain, like, but you're right. That's the tartan. No, of course you're right. You made it. But then you've got the corner embellishment with your stickers up at the top to just add that dash of shine. But then look at that wheelbarrow. It's coming to life with the flowers. It's the whole point of decoupage. When it's good quality, you get a clean edge, don't you?
And you have a nice shine on these as well. They're not overly shiny. But if you wanted to, you could put sort of some paper varnish or something like that over them. Or you could use some glitter glue, you know, like to really make it sort of shine and sparkle if you wanted to.
Put your sparkle pens on there or something, or just pick out elements, you know. But they're little kitten there with your florals. I'm so sorry, I'm such a softie for the birds. I think that they really are nice. There's about 3 or 4 decoupage sheets with the birds on there. The goldfinch and the cherry blossom. You've got the cat with the poppies, of course, but so many to choose from with your birds. I'm just looking down to try and remind myself. And funny enough, I can't find any at the moment. Oh, the birds in the blossom as well. I'll show you the sheet for the birds in the blossom, actually. There they are. With the 2 birds, there's a wonderful finished card somewhere using the pyramage. I think it's this one here. Yeah, look, here we go. So the pyramage detail on that, it would just pyramid up. So beautiful little set there. It's great to start you off on a crafting journey that you won't forgive us for. If you're brand new to crafting and you buy this today with a set of foam pads and a set of card blanks, you won't. You'll look back to that show and you'll say, that's Shelley and Matt, they got me hooked on something there. 360895 is your item number, and you're getting 20 of your decoupage sheets. And Shelley, we saw, didn't we? You make more than one card with one sheet.
Definitely make more than one card, and then some of the sheets have got more than one card to start with anyway. And then the ones that have only got one, you can make last longer.
Do we have a date in the diary to see you again soon? Or?
It's next month.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember the date.
Okay, we're middle of January now, so
it's
some
middle
stage
of
in
February. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
We shall look forward to it. Craft Creations is a wonderful company, UK-based, and Shelley, you're the representative that comes here as well. So you'll get to know Shelley if you're new to crafting now. But if you're looking for your card blanks, matching envelopes, have a look. Shop by brand with Craft Creations on our website. And of course, the bonus 18 event is ending tonight at 6 p.m. So we've got another 1 hour that we could be giving you bonus Freedom membership. Find out more in the next show. Bye-bye. Bye. Yeah, the next show is, of course, your one-day special final call. That's with Debbie Fisher. You've got Katie Sue Designs one-day special. Noreen's in the building for that at 6 p.m. And Cross Stitch, lovely guy Jeremy representing Permin tonight at 7 p.m.
Hi everyone, I'm Gordon.
I'm Justin.
And
together we are Be Creative.
Justin and I formed our company just under 1 year ago to bring you new and exciting products under the Be Creative brand.
We have a fantastic relationship with Hochanda, and we love to share our ideas and creation with you, our viewers.
So why not come be creative with us
Here at Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Fiona Clayton from Crafters Companion. I've been crafting for about 7 years now, having rediscovered my love of a childhood hobby. I'm delighted that I can share with you all my hints, tips and ideas, and here at Hochanda we're going to make sure that you really enjoy your crafting as well. So join me, Fiona Clayton, here on Hochanda.
Hello, I'm Phil Martin. I'm a member of the Creative Expressions team. Sentimentally Yours is my brand of photopolymer and rubber stamps, and I also have my paper pads and Cosmic Shimmer products that coordinate perfectly. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all on Hochanda, so please join me for my shows where I can share some of my hints and tips with you.
Hi, I'm Lizzie, and I'm really pleased to have been asked to join the family at Crafters Companion and subsequently join the family at Hochanda. So I've been stitching for, well in excess of 55 years. I know, how frightening is that? But you know, along that way, I've learned so many different things. I've learned shortcuts, I've been inspired, I've learned how to do different techniques and different designs and different styles. So many things. It's been an exciting time, and all during that time I've stitched and created, and I really can't wait to share this with you all at Hochanda. I would be very happy if you joined me on my shows on Hochanda and learn along with me.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Hochanda. Do you know what? It's been a lovely day here. We've had so much fun. We've had egg art, we've had various different kits, we've had stamps, we've got moulds coming up with a brand new special. Katie Sue Designs. Noreen's getting demonstrations ready for 6 o'clock. So brand new special, one-day special starts at 6 o'clock. But of course, let's stay with the current one for now. This is the final call for the most wonderful colours to set. Now, apologies for this on my hair. I can't do anything about it. I can't. If it distracts you during the show, I really apologise. Have you got any stick and stay, Debbie? Is it stick and stay? You have. Thank you very much. Not recommended for hair, but it's really. Right, there we go. So save £44 on this one-day special. We've got lots to go through. If you would like to get yours, do be quick because over 80% of the stock has gone. Now the clock is ticking us up there. 58 minutes and 20 seconds to go before this price expires. So at 6 o'clock tonight, if we've got the stock, that is, you'll be paying the full price, £103.87. them for a huge bundle. But at the moment, you're saving £44. £59.87, but it's also available on FlexiBuy 2 pence or £29.94. But enough about that. If you like it, 80% gone. But to tell us all about it, we're joined with the one and only Debbie Fisher. Hi, Debbie.
Hello, Charlie.
How are we?
I'd like to call you Charlie Peacock with the old hair going on.
It's all right now. No, okay.
It's all right.
I can't
if you turn that way, you're okay.
Yeah, I'm all right. What have you got, Debbie?
We've got this amazing. Actually, we've had a brilliant day because it is just an amazing, I mean, a truly amazing one-day special. If you've not seen it, it's the first time you've tuned in. This is huge.
Right.
There is so much in this bundle, and I honestly can't believe the discount that we're giving you on it because it's amazing.
£44.
On something that
That's like you need to get rid of stock kind of sales price, but this is brand new.
This is brand new. So apart from the Spectrum Aqua markers in this range, everything in the one-day special, apart from those pens, are new to the UK.
Lovely, lovely. That's beautiful, isn't it? This is gorgeous.
It's amazing.
So we've got 4 pads. Obviously, this is the A4 one. So we've got 8 pages here. Now, we got bits that you see. Is there a word there? There is a word there.
There is a word there,
yes.
Well, what we've got is we've got 2 different resists on here. So we've got a foiled resist and we've also got the white embossed resist.
Right.
So it's like a magic pad. The white resist on there, you can't really see until you paint over it. And then it comes to life. Everything pops out of this page. That one there, that butterfly, I'm going to use that on the first demo to show you how it works, but that's actually got a script background, which is like a white script background, and then it shows up the more you then put your inks onto it. It is incredible. That's got feathers, foiled and embossed. This is an incredible pad. You're going to be able to do so many different techniques. Use it for your home decor, use it for your card making, anything you want to do it with. It's just amazing. The great thing about this, Charlie, is if this is for beginners, so if you're new to colouring and you want to learn a new art, there's loads of pages here, so you can practice.
So if it's for your own private use, keep them in the books, but if you want to pull out the pages, display them, they're gorgeous. Now, you can see the variation we got there, but have a look. When I spin these round, look at all of those designs.
Yeah.
This is in one bundle, David. They're beautiful.
I know.
Now,
and these are just 4. These are 4 pads that are in here. There is so much more. This is amazing. So if you are someone that likes your stamped images, these are great because a lot of these, you'll recognise some of these. If you're a Sheena fan, these are some of Sheena's images in here. And they're just beautiful. These are all on watercolour cardstock, so you can use all your watercolour mediums on them. They've got some beautiful designs. You can do all your techniques on there, your palette blending, everything here is just incredible.
They really are.
I love these because these, you've got toppers straight away. There's so many techniques. We're going to use these to mop up our excess. We're going to use them to do techniques on. We're going to use them to do a glycerin effect. We're going to do confetti effect. If you're not sure what any of these things are, you'll learn as we go through. And if you don't get a chance to watch everything in the programme, if you go for the one-day special, there's also a DVD. And it will teach you all of those different steps. It really is the most fabulous.
DVD, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you know what? They're the designs like I just showed you on the back, but when you look at the page, you think, where have they gone? Well, not that one, but this one, for example, if I tilt it down, you've got the thank you. So that it's like using clear embossing powder as a resist technique, but already been done for you. So if you go across with your colour, it just brings it to life.
Yeah, there is a few just there, Charlie, next to you, which have got a few coloured in.
Fantastic.
So you'll be able to see some of them that come to life. So there's just a few of the pages that we've coloured them in, but you can see then that white embossed in the background. But as the show goes on, you'll be able to see more.
Like the word version.
Yes. So if we find that same one in this book, so how many pages were you in on that one?
I was a couple in there, a couple of pages. It's near the front of it.
There. So the same one, you can't see version.
Right. Okay. Oh, where were we? There we are. Well, we get the idea, don't we? So I can't find the page. I've lost it. Oh, well, it's in there, isn't it? So there we go. Oh, here we are. I've got it now. There we go. We got there.
Sorry to jump that on you.
No, not at all. No,
but that's a brilliant one to show you exactly what you're getting. It's like the magic pads where you're just waiting for that magic to happen when you apply the colour.
Well, there we go. Be the best version of yourself, of you. But there's lots more. So you've got 4 pads. 4 pads. That's just the start, isn't it?
That's just the very start,
right, go on then. What have we got next? Pens.
Pens. Now, these aren't the Colorista. These are Spectrum Noir aqua markers. So these are absolutely amazing pens. They're artist quality, and you're going to be able to do so much with them. Look at all those colours you're getting there. 12 pens. Now, for me, Charlie, when I actually came in, I didn't know these pens were in this collection.
Right.
Because we've added them to them, really, as an extra bonus.
It's an extra bonus, isn't it?
They are normally 12, I believe £12.99 a pack. So that's amazing. So, and then we've got the Colorista Aqua pencils.
So that's not that normally you pay
£12.99 for one pack.
Well, it comes to it's £29.94. For all of it, for the whole bundle. That's your first FlexiBuy payment of two. So pencils.
And then the pencils. Now, these are the Colorista range was made so you can learn how to colour. So this is really for beginners and up. But if you are already a colorist, you're just going to be able to adapt these to your own way. They are really good quality pencils that are going to blend well, watercolour well, do lots of techniques with. They're beautiful.
Now, we've also got card blanks and envelopes as well.
They've just thought of everything because these have been put in. Yeah, because we can then stamp and make our own cards. Can you imagine doing your own watercolour card and then having an envelope to put in it straight away? But it's all your work. You become the artist of this collection, and that's what I really love about it.
You really do. And you've got to say, you've got so much to hit the ground running with. So you've got 50 tags of the hearts and 50 tags of the, well, they're like rectangular kind of shapes there. But you know what? They're all mounted for us right here. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, really, really good. So this shows what 100 of them look like.
Quite modern piece, quite Henneman style pieces.
Yeah, totally. And these look, I mean, these are all bunched up together and you wouldn't think there are 100 there. But if I just separate this one, you've got just 9 of those hearts. Look how amazing that is.
Very pretty.
It's just incredible.
So you've used 9 out of 100.
9 out of 100, yeah.
And there's a lovely piece. That's a lovely piece. We're busy for this, saving £44. Please don't forget that. But it's only that saving for, well, less than 55 minutes to go. So do be quick on that. I don't want to scare people into it, but if you do want it, it's good times to get it. Now, that's not it, by the way. There's more in this, but we're talking about the content. Now, just briefly, so the DVD. Go on, what have we got on site here? Who's it with?
90 minutes with Sarah Davies, crafting in your lounge or your craft room, wherever you are, teaching you techniques, going through everything that is in this bundle. So when you get home, when you get this home and you open it, everything, all the techniques that Sarah does, she's using everything you have in the one-day special.
Of course.
So you don't need to grab anything else or have anything else at hand, unless it's little. So she'll do a glycerin technique, so you'll need to get things like that in.
The little bits and pieces.
Yeah, but apart from that, all the pads that she's using is from this range. All the pens, the pencils she's using is from this range.
Is from this range.
Yeah.
So that is the big kit.
Yeah.
There's more.
There's more.
There's more. Because we're thinking about, especially when going back to the pencils now, if you just scribble them onto the page, get some colour down there, and blending them, you're going to need some brushes. You've got 3 water brushes.
Water brushes.
These are brilliant.
Yeah, they are absolutely brilliant. You get the water chamber in them. You get 3 different nibs. You get a flat brush as well in those, which are incredible. So these are amazing. So although I would say you need your Royal and Langnickel brushes, you definitely need these ones because they will make your watercolouring so easy. And what's more as well, Charlie, is what I love about these, you could take them anywhere with you. You've got them at hand. You've got water at hand.
Well, what you could do, you could, on a bit of watercolour card, you could scribble down some colours from the pencils, use that as a palette. You can draw colour off the paper and onto the actual
Look at
the
you
page.
learning! Yeah,
But
that's exactly what you can do.
So
Make your own palette.
If you're painting on location, watercolour card, you can scribble colour on a bit of paper. That's your palette.
It is, yeah.
Withdraw colour from that and apply it to your book.
Totally.
So there's so much more. There we go. We've got samples to show, but saving £44. It takes a while going through all this because that is a huge bundle. There's so much to it. There's too much to explain. Right, now there we go. Right, examples.
I know, they're just amazing. The design team have just gone all out for these because they have loved the range and you're going to love it just as much as they do, and there's so many things you can do with them. So whether you're putting them into picture frames, whether you're actually making cards with them, there's just so much you're going to be able to do with them, and they just look incredible. I mean, look at that. That is an incredible card, and you are going to be able to achieve that. And I think that's the thing, Charlie. We want, as crafters, to know that we can achieve these things. And sometimes colouring can be a little bit more difficult, but actually this is doable, it's achievable. You're going to be able to do these, and all these different makes. That's just a scrap piece of paper there that's been cut off from the pad where you've used a bigger amount. So use those bits to decorate your cards. Look at those hearts. They're the heart tags that are on there, and then the page in the background. Using the pages, the bigger pages, as panels and cutting them down. Just incredible. So we're seeing here all the colours that you can use, and they're going right from really faded
colours come included.
Everything you're seeing, everything you're seeing is achievable from this collection. I mean, look at that. It's amazing.
Beautiful. I like that. Do you know what, can I hold that for? I'm going to put it down because there's something I want to get just quickly, because I know I want to start demonstrations. Right, are you ready for this?
Oh, no, I took it away. Is it this one, or did you...
Oh, is it this one?
I changed them over.
You did, didn't you?
I did.
Let's have a look at both of them. Right, here we go. That is beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
Well, hold on, I'm going to get something else. Here we go. Right, this is beautiful. Right, here we are. It's a silly one, isn't it? Sorry. But that is really pretty. So scrapbook pages, that's absolutely ideal, isn't it?
Isn't it lovely? Yeah, really lovely.
Well, there's so many options. We'll try and show you some more examples later on, because this gives you the tools you need, artist quality tools, and it really is for craft prices. Now, at 6 o'clock tonight, you'll be paying £103.87. It might still be available. We're 80% of the stock gone. We're not sure, but either way, you're going to be saving £44 if you dig on the phones right now. Dial the number 01733 602 000. You pay £29.94 today if you choose FlexBuy. That's your first payment to do. Add your P&P. Either way, whether you choose FlexBuy or not, you are going to be saving £44. And you can see there, this is the genuine saving, because normally for the car making DVD, £14.99. You got the earth pen set, £12.99. Then you got £7.99 for the valve brushes. You've already got your first FlexBuy before you add anything else. So you got £13.98 watercolour pencils. You get the idea. The combined total here, you see how we get to over £100 worth. You've got those too. You know, even those tags at £2.99 for the 50, and you got all of these different options once you get them home. So that's all broken down. We needed 2 pages for this to show you the combined price of £103.87. You can get them individually from various places, but honestly, this... Oh, actually, lots of them are sold out individually. But if you want the combined total, if you want to save £44, I mean, that's more than the total of everything on your screen right now, including all the aqua toppers and the die-cut toppers. All of those... you get the idea. It's a big, big saving, and it's brand new today. Again, number to dial is 01733 602 000. Shop on our website. We accept PayPal, and you simply tick the box if you like FlexBuy. Simple as that. Now we've got a happy hour deal.
Yay!
Now, if you're in a bar, you think it's a 2-for-1 cocktails or something like that, wouldn't you? It's not that kind of happy hour. We've got some Sheena White stamping card. This is beautiful. So why is this a good buy then, Debbie?
Do you know what, Charlie? This flies out every time. This doesn't need to be on a happy hour deal because it flies. Everyone loves Sheena's stamping card because it is gorgeous. It actually is a really good card to use for your watercolours as well. You don't just have to have watercolour cards. You can actually have Sheena's stamping card because it's got a really good tooth in it.
It's very smooth.
It's a much smoother
is
card.
That what I'm talking about?
It is. Yeah, it's 300 GSM. It's great for your stamping, for in fact, all your colouring, even your alcohol markers.
But 120 sheets.
Yep.
That's an awful lot.
That is a lot. Yeah.
Well, it's there, £14.99, but only, sorry, £14.98, but only for this hour. So about 45 minutes to go before that price expires. You'll be paying the usual price. Now, £5, it's £5 savings. All mounts up, doesn't it? If you want to buy that more than once, then why not? It all helps, doesn't it, Debbie Fisher?
It certainly does all help, and actually, we like the happy hour deals. We've nearly got our own happy hour tonight. Then we can do what we want then in our happy hour.
Happy hour. 2 for 1.
2 for 1.
No, it's not cocktails, sadly. But
no.
Card saving £5.
Absolutely, grab it while you can. Right, I've got 2 pieces here. So what I've done is cut them down. So I'm going to do 2 different effects with them. I'm going to pop that one to the side, and then I've got this piece. So really, just to show you exactly how they work, exactly how beautiful the pencils work and the pens work in conjunction with each other. Because that's what I like about these tools that we have with everything. It actually gives us everything we need, and everything works in conjunction with each other. So I'm using a nice dark red, and then I'm going to go into a orange. So I'm using all colours that I know that are going to blend well together. And then I am going to use my yellow on the end. So I'm not filling in gaps. I'm just being very rough with how I'm colouring it down. I don't need to be precise.
And I know why, so I know what you're going to do.
And yeah,
what do they feel like to use, these pencils?
They're really amazing because they're very soft. They have a really
look quite creamy.
They are, yeah. They're not the same as blending pencils because obviously you can blend. So you can see if I was to go over that, I'm not blending at all into those colours. In fact, they're completely separate. So with a blendable pencil, which is a wax-based pencil, I would be able to blend those two colours together.
Right, that's interesting.
Yes, now...
Because I think there's a little bit of practice to get a good blend.
Yep, definitely.
Ordinarily.
Yes, with these, the difference is with these, where the pencils blend together beautifully on their own, we need water to activate that blend.
To work around the pigment.
Absolutely. So what this will do, now I'm just going really gently in because this red's quite a dark red, and then I'm just going to start mixing it with that orange and then go into our yellow, and that all blends beautifully. So that's doing the blending for me. So again, going into that red, dragging into that orange. Now I'm not squeezing my brush at all. These brushes are so clever. They just allow the right amount of water to come through, and it just works amazingly well. I absolutely love them.
It looks airbrushed almost. It looks computer generated.
Yeah, it really does. So look how easy this is. This is what I'm talking about with being achievable. Anybody can achieve this. There is no skill level in watercolouring. Obviously, if you want to...
Well, with these tools, perhaps not, because that's so quick. These results are perfect. They're quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I'm thinking? If you are quite like, it must be relaxing this part, because if you're at home and you can apply all your colour, and then if you're going away for a weekend, you don't want to take lots of kit with you, you could just take your coloured in sheets and your brush and then do the blending in one sitting.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. And what's really nice about that is the fact that you can do, like you say, you can apply all your colouring down before you even add your water, which is really nice. Right, the next thing I'm going to do is, that was the pencils, I'm now going to bring our pens into it. Now, this is a brilliant effect, and you'll be able to see how beautiful this paper actually is. So I'm going to literally use the palette blend. Now, we call it palette blend because we always almost create our own palette on a different surface. You can use a tile, maybe a cello bag, even a carrier bag you can use just at the side to lay your ink down. Then what I'm going to do is take my bigger brush, and I'm just going to lift up this colour here, place it with my water, and then start to go round. Now what this will do is highlight all this beautiful ink, the white embossing underneath. So don't think, if we're picking that up, I'm gonna slightly tilt it there so we can see.
It's mind-blowing.
In fact, I'll turn it this way and then we'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing.
We've got over 2.5 minute queues on the phones for this. It's the final call to get your one-day special. Everything we're showing you right now, the papers, the colour, this brush, it's all part of the kit where you save £44, £59.89, but it's on FlexiBuy. Stagger that cost. It's lovely because we've got so many different sheets that includes almost like this hidden detail that comes to life once you apply with colour. It resists the colour, and there we have it. And if you've got your distressings with your sponges, with your blending tools, it still resists that, does it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And we'll do that. We'll do the glycerin technique.
Yeah, this is impressive.
But I'm actually doing it upside down just so you can see this a bit better. But look how amazing. And look at those two separate colours, how well they're blending into each other. And they just look incredibly well. Can you imagine having that whole page coloured like that?
That's beautiful.
And I haven't done anything but rub that round, use that palette blending, rub that in. But look at the colours we've got in that butterfly, and that foiling is just incredible.
It is, isn't
so
it?
yeah, these pages are just amazing. So what I'm going to do now, just this bit I've got here, I'm just going to quickly show you how we can then just get another a sort of colour blend onto our piece of paper. So you're probably thinking this is a bit of an odd bit of paper, but all will come to light in a minute because I've cut this little hole out here. And again, I'm just going to, in fact, Charlie, I am just going to quickly switch because I don't want to waste that ink that I've got there.
Right.
So I'm going to just spray some water onto it, and then I'm just going to bring in a piece of card here and just lay that down because I don't want to waste that ink. Now, I could have just got a tissue and mopped that up, but it would be a waste because you've got all these card packs. And then let's just pull that up. Look how beautiful that looks. And all I've done is use the waste from here, so I'm not wasted any of my pens, and I've created a topper straight away. And look at all that resist technique underneath. It really is fabulous.
That is beautiful.
Really beautiful.
And that's just a quick background.
It's very quick.
So
I mean,
even if you leave it like
the waste.
that, you can do, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get gilding wax around the outside. You know,
yeah, absolutely. Yes, it'd look lovely. In fact, gilding wax would be beautiful around the edges, purely for the fact that it would highlight then the foil that you've got on your card.
Would it work on that? Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? You're getting 4 pads. That's before we talk about the colouring in mediums. You've got 2 packs of the aqua pens, 2 packs of the pencils. We've got toppers. You've got 3 brushes with this. You've got an hour and a half DVD with Sarah, just over an hour and a half actually, I believe, with that. So it's an awful lot of fun. You get the toppers. Did I mention that? Got the envelopes and the cards as well. But here's Sarah in action. Actually, this is just a clip from the DVD. So again, you can see you're going to learn beautiful, beautiful products. And of course, please don't forget, you're going to be able to make and sell the designs from the sheets because they're going to be yours. You can make and sell your own. It's going to be gorgeous. Now, we'll come and see what Deb is doing in a few minutes' time. Let me just remind you what we've got right there. So then, any questions, do email us at studio@hochanda.com. There we are. Any questions? Again, it's lovely to hear from you. There we are. So saving £44 at the moment. All you pay is £29.94, and that's 295,753. Now, apologies for interrupting Debbie during the demonstration. We'll go and see Debbie in a few moments' time. But I just want to remind you, we've just seen the time. Say under 40 minutes, less than 40 minutes to go before that price does expire. So you're saving £44 at the moment. £29.94 is all you pay today. That's your first flexible payment of 2. Again, we'll go and see what Debbie's doing in a few moments' time. But let's recap. So you've got 4 pads in here, various different sizes, and a lot of them has the foiled detail in the side there. But when I say full detail, not all of it is obvious at your first glance. So, for example, let me try and find... Right, this one... Hang on a minute, hang on, let me try and bear with. There, it would be the last one, wouldn't it? So, that page there, thinking, very nice, but where's the detail? To my eye, where I'm standing, I can see it easily, but on the canvas it's hard to find the angle, but that, basically, can become this. How beautiful is that? That's how it starts off as life. What will you do to create something magnificent? Will it be something like that? And that is the hidden detail. You can see the flowers, all the designs we've got right there, included inside the page. Isn't that beautiful? And now, again, you've got the wording there with the beautiful, but you can see all those flowers is actually embossed detail, all ready to be revealed once you apply the colour over the top. It's amazing, it's hard to see. Can you just about see it? I think you just about see it there. Well, there we go. So you've got 8 pages there. You've got the feathers. You've got so many different styles included. Speaking of styles, do you want something a little bit more natural? Celebration of countryside. And you can just see so many different styles here. You've got quite modern patterns in some of them. Like I have right there. Well, a little bit Henry inspired, I'd say, personally. But then we move on to something a little bit more country orientated. How beautiful is that? Now, I love the way these have been printed in something other than jet black. Because I remember when I'm talking to Sheena about stamping, she said stamp in a sort of grey browny colour, because it makes it look a little bit more authentic. And again, if like sepia kind of tone we got here. And if you use jet black and then apply watercolour, it might look a little bit unconvincing. It looks a little bit more... I say authentic, done in this way. So I think it really does help. There we go. You can make and sell these. There could be card toppers. I've got one from the bridge there. Could be quite symbolic. But there we go. All of these in one pad that comes delivered to your door with everything else. So you've got your big pad, as I've just showed you. I'm going to try and hold it all right. You've got your big pad. You've also got another 2 pads. These ones right there, lovely foil detail. Let me turn these around for you so you can see the details there. So you've got words there, you and me. You've got quite poetic scenes of just the tree with the bird in the sky there. Absolutely beautiful stars, aren't they? So you get all of those designs. So there are your 4 pads designed to work beautifully with these mediums. So this is the Colorista Aqua we've got here. This Colorista Aqua, French for water. Now then, we've got all these colouring mediums. So you've got your 2 pads. Any Partridge fans, you know what I mean. If not, then you wouldn't understand that. So you've got your 12 Spectrum Aqua pens. So there we go. You've got earth tones, and you've also got brights. So again, anything from landscapes to cartoons, really, you could do with the selection right there. And we've also got the pencils. Now the pencils, these are absolutely wonderful. Joe, we looked at the most beautiful demonstration earlier on. It was between 9 and 10 o'clock this morning, where Debbie got a little craft knife and just scrapes off some pigment from the tip of the pencil, spritz the page with water, and you just got this explosion of colour. It looked absolutely magnificent. So yeah, do you know what you've got? You've got 4 hours worth of shows based on this one-day special. So you've got 6 and 8 o'clock last night. You got 9, 1 o'clock, and of course this show. So that's lots of demonstrations, as well as what you're going to learn in the DVD over over 90 minutes of expert advice with Sarah. So if you're thinking, uh-oh, I'm going to be Mr. or Mrs. All the Gear, no idea, you're going to have lots of ideas with this DVD. It can get the most from it, I think, really. It can get you on the right start. Now then, take a deep breath, because there's more. You've got brushes here. You've got 3 different sized water brushes. You've got one in the middle, actually, which is quite a flat brush. So this is really, really good just for getting some quick colour down, reveal that detail from your sheets. But again, once you've used all your papers from the sheets, eventually, then, you know, you get some watercolour card, get some other stamped images. So these can really, really come into use. You've also got some toppers here. And when I say some, how about 100 toppers? Little miniature tags, they're really, really cute. So again, you've got your detail there saying love, header-inspired themes, bit of a stag there, gorgeous. You've got some quite modern pieces there too. Joy, you struggled to fit them all on, look a bit squashed there. But you can see all of these come delivered to your door and you're saving £44. How about all that? I think I mentioned everything. Have I mentioned everything? No, there's more. There's card blanks and envelopes, 24 cards, 24 envelopes delivered to your door. That's an awful lot. So that's what you're getting. Let's have a look at what you can do. How about bits like this? I said each piece of art, each sheet is worth framing. It really, really is. But don't forget, it could be for your book covers as well. It could be for art journals, interactive photo albums with this. But you've got here a little bit, it could be beautiful, grungy kind of themes. You might have your own mediums to use with this. You've got something that can be quite painterly with those beautiful Sheena Douglas images inside that book. But, you know, look at these. A little notebook for you there. How about this? We're talking about scrapbook pages. You've got your scrapbook pages there. They're all worthwhile. They're all worth thinking of much more than just your card making. But if you're passionate about card making, wow, you're going to be in for a treat. In the big book alone, the brand new, everything's brand new apart from the pens, actually, in this bundle. But the actual page there, you can cut bits out. You can snip out elements. You could be finishing touches for your card. In fact, let me dig deep. I'll try and show you some cards that I haven't showed you before. Here we go. Let's have a look at these. Right. I don't think you may have seen these with other shows. Forgive me if you have. But do you know what? It's my favourite. It's been a long time since I've seen a twist easel. There we are. It's a twist easel. They are beautiful. They are lovely, aren't they? I mean, that is just showstopper. And again, you've got bits like this. So how different can you make cards? That's from the same bundle. That's from the one day special. Well, at 6 o'clock, you're going to be paying the full price. It's over £100 worth we got here. You're saving £44. You pay £29.94 today. Add your P&P. Get these delivered home. So there we are. If you want to pay for it in one go, you can, of course, do that. But if you want to pay for FlexiBuy, you still save your £44. But again, it's just over £103 worth here. All genuine savings. You can see a lot of the individual items on the website, so you can total it up, and you will get to £103.87. That's the price you're going to be paying in just over 30 minutes' time. Please don't wait for that. Get the saving if you want to. It's nice to know, isn't it, Debbie? Really got a nice saving. I find I enjoy things more when I got a good deal.
I'm exactly the same. I like a bargain. In fact, my husband always says he's going to put bog off on my grave when I'm gone.
Really? That's horrendous.
Buy one, get one free, because I like those bargains.
Good deal. Limited time. No, it's awful. So I haggle on anything. I haggle on fuel when I fill up my car. I haggle on anything. Check out supermarkets, I haggle. I'm only joking, I don't really, that's rude. Anyway, that's the one day special. We've got a half price still on these pens.
You know what? These have been so popular, and I'm not surprised, because these are artist quality watercolour pencils. They are incredible. You get 96 here, and every single one of them is a different colour. You're going to be able to do all the things that an artist quality person can do, because these, if you draw graphics, these are going to be amazing. If you like that watercolour blend and that mix, this is what you're going to get with them. And a half price deal, that is incredible. I've only ever seen these pencils. For me, I've only seen them half price once before. Right. So it's not very often that we get a deal like this on these kind of pencils. They are amazing.
It's an impressive deal.
Yeah,
and again, we can do everything from I mean, the artwork on the fronts is impressive as well. Isn't it? I mean, to do that with pencils, I mean, that was done with pencils. That's what's possible. That's what you can aim towards.
Oh, absolutely. And that's it, Charlie. Now, that is aiming. That's obviously an experienced artist that's done those. But you can definitely aim towards them, and that is achievable with these pencils. They are incredible.
Well, there we go, and these are possible. If you like to do this, if you like to get these, you're saving almost £60, £59.98. All you pay today, £29.99 if you choose FlexiBuy, first payment of £2, add your P&P today. Unless you're a Freedom member, no P&P. Well, it's at 710-757. Do you know what, speaking of Freedom membership, actually, you've got about half an hour until this event finishes. So if your basket totals £30 or more, just quote bonus 18 before you check out, either on our website or over the phone. Don't know why I did that. But you can get a month's worth of bonus Freedom membership, or if you're already a member, £6.97 off your order. This event started on the 11th of January. It finishes tonight at 6 o'clock. So if you quit, you can get a month's bonusship thrown in. How about that? Any questions, give a call centre a ring. But do you know what? We can actually see it right here. I've just been talking about it, but you know, we can have a look at it again. So then, we've got the non-Freedom members. We've got the one-day special. We've also got the happy hour deal on the website. You can see that. But quote bonus 18. This is receive 1 month's bonus Freedom membership. Again, existing Freedom members, you receive £6.97 off your first purchase. So there we go. Now, the happy hour deal, it's only this deal for this live hour. You're saving £5. It's £14.98 for 120 sheets. It's 965246 is your item number for this selection. Less than half an hour to go before you're paying half price. So if you want to buy it more than once, if you do want to stock up, this is essential. And it's quite a smooth card. It's brilliant for stamping. And obviously, we know your Inkettes out there, Sheila Douglas fans. Obviously, I've seen you use this numerous times. You get wonderful results. And I think we're talking about a lot. The better the quality, we're going to get better results. That's an obvious thing to say, but if you're used to any old pencils, maybe when you're at school, you may not believe techniques like this are possible.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I never did. Until I worked with Crafters Companion, I never knew that I could achieve the results that I get.
That's interesting.
And I'm still shocked now at it. And actually, Dave made a really nice comment and said that because I don't call myself a colourist.
Right, okay.
And then he was looking at some samples and he said, Debbie, you are a colourist.
You are a
colourist. Actually, I think I am now, but I don't give myself that label because I still feel like I'm learning myself.
Right.
But they are so incredibly easy to use. And I think if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Right.
Because watercolour are forgiving. You can do so many different things with them on the internet, on YouTube, on lots of Facebook groups. You can get all these different techniques that you'll be able to use. But if you don't have that part of it, this one-day special is ideal because you get the DVD, so you'll be able to see all those techniques.
Peace of mind with that, I think.
Totally, yeah. And it's about education, isn't it? It's everything we have.
And you can pause, rewind, go through chapters and at your own pace. Yes,
totally, yeah, totally. It's just incredible. So what I'm going to do with this now, these sort of images I love. This is me. I love. Yeah, I just adore the butterflies and flowers and those sort of images. They're the sort of things that I like to colour, which I think are really nice. And these pens just lend themselves to it. Now, what I love about the pencils is that you can really just use them. I mean, that looks really messy. I've not done anything there that's looking too fabulous at all. But the water is what's going to do it all. Now, I'm putting a lighter colour in the middle, and we're just going to do each one because we don't have to worry about letting it dry because it's already dry. We're putting something down onto our card that's actually a dry product, and by adding the water we activate it. The pens work differently because the pens are already a wet source, so once you're putting them down you need to activate them straight away, otherwise they will dry.
Oh, I see.
So with the pencils, these are much more forgiving and you can do so much with them. They're just amazing.
You can cut elements out from there.
Yeah, totally. So what's really good is that you've got the choice of what you want to use. So if you fancy one day thinking, oh, I'm going to use the pens today, you can.
Yeah.
Or the other thing is, what you've got to think of is that if you don't know what to go for, this is a fabulous range because you've got the pens and the pencils.
You get to try both mediums.
You get to try both.
Experience the quality as well.
And then you can decide which ones you like the most. I honestly think, Charlie, that once people have tried them, they'll want to start moving up and going for the colour, the watercolour pencils, because they just are amazing.
And we have got those on the show, actually. We've had a lovely email come in, by the way, from Eileen. Hi, Debbie and Charlie.
Hi, Eileen.
I'd love to demonstrate these from the one-day special. So Oh, sorry, you love watching the demonstrations. I was going to say, you love watching the demonstrations. Thank you very much, Irene. And you've already ordered the One Day Special, and you've ordered the happy hour deal as well this show, the stamping card. So, Irene, thank you very much. Please let us know how you get on. Generally, even if we're not showing it on air, but just put them on Facebook page on the Hochanda one. It's lovely to have comments on there too. So, Irene, thank you very much. Have a nice night.
I predict that Sheena's stamping card is going to fly because people get it anyway, because it's just amazing. So all Sheena fans are going to grab it. And if you're not a Sheena fan, or you're not quite sure who Sheena is and you're new to it all, where have you been? But you are actually going to want this card, because it's going to be brilliant for all your crafty needs. It's just amazing. Now, with the watercolour brushes, what I suggest is that you have a tissue next to yourself, so you take off any excess colour in. So, and now I'm going to do, now it won't look as nice, but I want to show you how forgiving they are. So I'm going to squeeze to put some water on there, because as I put it down, I can start lifting the colour out.
Highlight areas?
Yes.
Rooftops, tops of trees, hills in the mountains?
Absolutely. So we can start taking that more and more and get that mix of colour. So I can take out some middle there. So even though I put a light colour down, with the water that was going on, it made it darker than what I wanted. So then we can just start lifting that colour and get that really beautiful shading across there. And that is that's all down to having watercoloured cardstock in these books. So it's the first time that we've actually done that, and it just works beautifully. You will actually get lost in your colouring because it just looks amazing. So let's just switch a bit, and we'll go on to the butterfly. And I'm going to use, so I've got two blues and sort of an orangey colour, so two completely different colours. So we're going to start off with our darker one, and then just light them in here. And then we will go in with the next colour. I really like the fact that we can go from these different colours to see how well they all blend together.
They do, don't they? They all do. And I've got to be particularly neat with this part again.
So be honest, Charlie, I'm scribbling, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'm not really, I'm literally going backwards and forwards, just scribbling. So not doing a lot at all. Bringing in my pen. Now, if you get too much water come out, again, just use your tissue at the side and just dab that on, because that'll just take that excess off, and it'll allow you to then go in and blend a bit better. But it's good to have a good practice. You can then use your watercolour cardstock just to have a practice on. You can use Sheena's cardstock, actually, to have that practice on.
It must be so relaxing doing this.
It's
just
so
think,
nice.
Where would it be? Which time of the day at home would you like to try this again? Is it after you put the kids to bed? Is it in the morning, done the school run perhaps? Or maybe you need someone tucked up in bed, sadly, at the moment. Maybe they're at home quite a bit. But you could do this on a tray, on your lap, in front of the television, watching Hochanda, of course. But what a lovely way to spend some time. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
The kids can have a go at this as well. Why
totally. And actually, that's a really good point, because there's lots of times, and I know because I've been one of those mums, so I do apologise, but I won't let them have my Spectrum Noir.
No, right.
I'm sorry, yeah. I am better now. My daughter's got older, so my youngest is 15 now, and I do let her have. She's responsible enough now. But when she was little, there's no way she was getting hold of my Spectrum Noir. With this range, you've got so many pages and so many pencils and pens. You can afford to let them have a play with it,
well, you can,
and they will love
it.
Yeah, they will absolutely love it.
And again, if you are maybe wanting to paint on location or go away for, I don't know, if you've got a long train journey or something, you can actually make a little colour chart with some pencils. So do a few little boxes of colour, and then that's like your palette, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then if you've got a watercolour brush, you can release or remove some colour, and then you can paint with that.
So I'm going to bring in my finish card here, Charlie, so you can see how we're building up that colour. So we've got all that and put it in more and more, so pop that down, but look at the detail that we're getting in that. So by blending out some of this flowers, we can then take out some of that colour, and that shading in there is really making that pop.
That's the side of my head.
So a peacock.
Oh, this keep calling me a peacock. I'm sorry about that. I just can't do it. It's worse from the side, you know. It's worse from the side.
But you are going to be able to make all those images pop from the top, from your pages, and they're just going to look amazing.
Well, they are, aren't they? Well, do you know what? There we go. If you'd like to get this saving £44, stop looking at the hair. And do you know what? You can see. I told you. Look, I'm so sorry about this, but I'm trying to. But this bit here, it's worse. It's worse from the side. Look at that. That's much worse from the side. I can't do anything about it. If you can recommend a hair product, you let me know on Facebook, because I'm struggling here. Anyway, let's have a look at the one that's special. You've got paper pads, you've got pens. Stop looking at it, because I know you're thinking out here. Paper pad, you've got the pads there, you've got the spectral pencils, we've got the markers, you've got the paintbrushes, you've got the toppers, you've got so many different pieces inside here. Oh, and of course, I keep forgetting that DVD. An hour and a half's worth of expert advice, or over an hour and a half, with Sarah. Now then, it's touch and go. We've just gone limited stock. So there we go, 10% or less remaining. So if you'd like to go for this, again, less than 20 minutes to go before you're going to be paying the full price. Or, do you know what, limited stock, 10% or less. I'm more worried about the stock levels now. Anyway, it becomes irrelevant, the price there, when you notice the stock levels. But obviously I know it's important, because it is your money at the end of the day. And if you are going to think of this, just bear in mind, you are saving £44. So if you're going to like your colouring in, if you think you're going to enjoy doing pieces like this, if you think you're going to enjoy, if it's just your own private bit of you time, no one has to see them. Even if you don't get, you're not bothered about getting good results, you might just like the action of doing this just before bedtime. Why not? It's completely up to you. But all of these cards do come together, and when you look at what you get in the bundle, you realise, wow, it is a lot. It is a lot for your money. Now, we're having such a busy show. Thank you so much. It's been busy all the way through the hour. It's your last chance to get these. I'm just how busy we are. We're in meltdown for this. There we go. So this is a little bit of home decor you can do at home. But again, for all of this, you are saving £44, £29.94. We'll try and show you everything that you're getting, because you've got paper pads here, we've got 12 of the Spectrum Wild pens, you've got your pencils, you've got the toppers. In fact, to the toppers, you've got all of this too. It's an awful lot for your money. It's not, so 100 toppers, and that's before we talk about the envelopes, 24 envelopes, 24 cards, the DVD, again, awful lot for your money. I'll try and show you what you're getting a little bit later on, because it does make you realise how much you are actually getting. Saving £44. 295 753 is the item number. We're going to move on for this shortly. We're going to have the other show coming up soon. If you'd like to get yours, let's see what you can be doing with this fantastic one-day special. And so many possibilities for interactive photo albums. I'm quite into those at the moment. You might be talking about that a lot, but I do see more and more, like little art journals. You can snip the elements out from these, and why not? Who knows? Lots of possibilities, Debbie.
Who knows? Who knows?
So we're coming towards the end of the show. It's been a brilliant, well, almost 24 hours. 24 hours ago we launched this, so it's hanging on in there, but it is limited stock. So stock level just about right, I'd say. But I wouldn't hang on too much.
Yeah,
longer.
I was worried yesterday, because I thought it was going to just be a complete sellout, and I know we have just this massive, enormous amount of stock.
Yeah,
so to actually, I'm really happy to get to the last show.
Yeah,
but I am happy to get to
It's
limited stock though on the last show, which is amazing. Yeah, it's just been a great couple of days.
So now these colours are part of the one-day special.
They are. They're all the ones that you can get in your bundle.
You've lost something, haven't you?
No. Right. I just didn't know what colour to go for.
Oh,
I'm just being picky with colours, to be honest.
Oh, I don't know.
What colour should we go for?
Flame
like,
red?
what about a flame I'm red. Let's do it. Let's do it. So what I'm going to do is turn my pens into a ink pad. Now, by doing that, we need some glycerin. So glycerin you can just get from the...
When you've got glycerin in your hand, expect good things. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah, so what glycerin does is it just makes everything smooth.
Glide.
Glide. Flow. Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to, in fact, I'm going to change my ink pad because I'm going to go with my yellow first. So do I have a clean one? Not really, but that's the cleanest. Let's just, there we go. So, and then I'm just going to pick up some glycerin on the actual... Now, you can use anything, whatever you apply your inks with, whether it's a smoothie or a sponge applicator. So all you need is the glycerin and then pick up all that beautiful ink. And then you're just going to apply it to your card. Now, look at this.
Oh,
so
dear,
what we're
lovely.
Seeing is this beautiful imagery coming through.
You need to do little to this, don't you?
Yeah, very little. So I'm just going to dab that off and then I'm going to go in with this red. I mean, again, it's just such an easy design. Good call, Charlie. Look, this is looking very nice.
Isn't that nice? The red, that was lucky, wasn't it? I've just been looking at the clock. I just realised we've got just over 10 minutes to go before the end of this Freedom event finishes. So thanks very much. It's been a really good event. Starts on the 11th of January. So if you just tuned in, if you haven't been watching for a while, then if your basket totals £30 or more, if you quote bonus 18, you get a month complimentary Freedom membership. How good is that? If you're already a member, you get £6.97 off your order. So there we go. We don't need to feel left out.
So I've got 3 completely different random colours, but look how I've managed to blend them all together.
They look beautiful, don't they?
They look amazing, don't they?
You've got a nice little sunset.
It's beautiful, and this is the sort of scenery that you've got in these pads and the sort of thing that you're going to be able to do because it just looks amazing. So I mean, look at that. That is just stunning. Now I'm going to just quickly move on to something else because another thing we can do is, let me find, there we are, looking at them. I've got my sparkle pen. Now the sparkle pen, I forgot to mention, we've got them on the show, pack of 3. You can mix these with your watercolours.
Oh, right.
Now basically, this brush and this brush are the same.
Oh, right.
So I have a brush with water in it.
This is all Crafter's Companion, of course.
Yeah, and I have a brush that's got a solution in it, but this solution one has got glitter in it.
Oh, very fine glitter.
Very fine glitter, but it does exactly the same as what this water brush does.
I don't know how this pen works because glitter goes through the pen, through the bristles, and how does it work? I don't know. But there's a lot of development work has clearly gone into these. A lot of trial and error, but they are gorgeous.
So what I'm going to do is just squeeze my pen so I've got all that glitter coming out on my side there.
Right.
I'm not being too particular at all. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is we'll just add some of our markers to there.
Okay.
Now, I'm not being particularly, I don't mind where they are or where they go.
Balance, I suppose, huh?
Yeah, that's it. I'm just putting them wherever they go. Let's bring in some blue there.
And if you're stuck, you know, maybe you're crafting a card quite quickly, you know, you've got, this is quite a nice quick technique.
Yeah, really
so
nice
fun.
quick technique.
A glass mat is really worth investing in, isn't it? If
you're, absolutely,
if you're
yes.
I mean, it really is. If you just get into various different hobbies and crafts, especially with colouring in, working with mediums like this.
Yeah, definitely.
It's well worth
but
it.
if you don't have, because there's a lot of people, especially if you're starting out and you don't actually have a craft room or a place to craft, and you literally craft off a tray on your lap or something like that, and you want to get into some sort of craft and you've decided to go for this because you've got everything you need, get yourself a little tile, because that's all you actually need.
Tiles, yes, of course, like a big
just a little tile. Yeah, absolutely.
You can buy them individually from various
and you can
tile
put that on the side of your lap tray. You can even just use a piece of cellophane bag, and you'll be able to get all those same techniques. Yeah, so don't feel like, obviously, once you start developing, you're going to want to get a glass mat. But for the time being, if you just want smaller things, there's lots of ways to go for them. Right, what I've got here then, I've got my base of my glitter.
Nice,
it's really looking lovely. And I'm literally just going to spray some water over the top, and that will start to activate.
Now, isn't it?
Yeah, it will actually start to just move around and give us this really unique sort of pattern. Now, what I love about this is you just never know what you're going to get. And I've literally got a piece of my card here, and I'm just going to place that on the top. and then we'll just work that all in over that cardstock. And then we will bring that over, and we've got this beautiful imagery all around. I mean, that is just gorgeous. So let's dry this off, because what we will find with this is once it starts to dry, that glitter really starts to come through. It looks all quite dark and grungy, doesn't it, with those colours?
It does, yeah. I
But
when you
just a
dry it, the
pretty
sparkle
effect.
comes out from those pens, don't they?
Yeah, it really does.
Oh, there they are. So it's 3 of them for £12.99.
And what's really nice about this, you can then go in once it's dry and start using them again and pick out detail and colour in those detail.
Mm-hmm. And you can build up the layers, of course.
Yeah, totally.
If you want to go back over, pick out details with the sparkle pens, you can easily do that.
Yeah, totally.
Do you know what, we've got so many images as well. You've got an A4 pad, you've got a pad this size, you've got another 2 pads, like 2 smaller pads in there, so there's 4 pads in total, and that's before we talk about all the mediums. We'll go through those in a few moments' time. But that's it. That's lovely, Debbie.
Yeah, you can, look at that. Look at all that glitter in the background. You created that beautiful transition of colour from your glass mat onto your card, which just looks amazing. And then just by using detail, so again, if I just pop a little bit there, use my water. In fact, we can use our sparkle pens. I can pick that up with my sparkle pen. That's not going to contaminate, and I can actually go in and start actually painting these extra bits.
Very nice.
So just painting round. And I'm going to, that's a bit dark there, I should use a lighter colour, so I'm just going to take some of the colour from one side and pop that to the other. So you can start really creating this sort of, I mean, it looks grungy because I'm using like all these different darker colours, but you're going to get really gorgeous effects. So play around with your colours to get those in there.
Lovely.
Right, let's just pop something else out there.
So we did so many, and don't forget, if you bought it this out, please don't think I missed all the shows, because you can watch every show back on Rewind. That's our facility to watch these back on in HD at hochanda.com. So we launched at 6 o'clock last night, and that means a new one day special is launching, all less than 10 minutes to go.
Yes, it looks very nice.
Clay, mould, cards, it looks beautiful. Norwegian getting ready for demonstration. We're looking good over there, just had a sneak peek.
Right, we mentioned the confetti technique, so let's quickly show that, Charlie, because it's a really cool technique. Now, it's very easy. All you need is a craft knife and your pencils. Now, don't think you're going to ruin your pencils, because in fact, all you're going to do is sharpen your pencils.
Okay.
So if you was, you know, the old-fashioned way, if you didn't have a pencil sharpener, you'd actually use a knife, wouldn't you, to sharpen your knife?
This again. This is beautiful.
So what I'm going to do is I've got my spray bottle. You could just use your brushes and wet them, and I'm just going to dampen over our card. So once they're wet, all you then need to do is using your knife, you're just going to flick, you're sort of taking shavings off. Yeah, and you're going to just start building up the colour. Now, the nice thing is with these is you can just do as many different colours as you want, because they're just going to be flicked on to where they go in, and they just look incredibly beautiful. And all you're doing is actually just sharpening your pencils. Not damaging it at all, because all I'm doing is very lightly sharpening it. But look how cool these look. Love this effect. Just looks really nice. So you can do as little as you want. You can let that dry, then respray, go in again.
24 colours, 24 pencils here. What's going on there? What's going on there?
I thought that was my eyes then.
What's happened to the camera? Oh, we're all right, I think. I thought I was falling over there.
We're all shaking. So I'll just quickly bring you, look at this little bag. We've just got a little bag with my tags that have all gone ski with, and just showing you how you can build them up and use those tags again. You've got 50 of these tags and 50 of the heart ones, so use them. So we've just created those cool little tags. Look at that. Just beautiful. Absolutely love them. Just a really nice technique and something you can do with everything that you have.
And do you know what? And they're worthy of framing these. This is what you did before. The same technique, wasn't it?
The same, yeah, exactly the same. Yeah,
different colours, of course.
Yeah, they call it a confetti technique because obviously it looks a bit like confetti that you're dropping on the top. And all you need is wet card and your shavings.
Well, if you like these pencils, by the way, if you want the one day special, we use the pencils from the one day special to do this. But if you want to stock on some additional ones, here we have Aqua Blend pencils. So a complete collection here. So there's 96 pencils. So they are different. The ones in the one day special are Colorista. These are the Aqua Blend pencils. So again, it's 710757, and it's all 96 pencils. So many different colours. Everything from portraits to skin tones to landscapes to cartoon images. There's so much here. There really is. And for £29.99 to get these delivered home, first payment of £2, add your postage and your packaging, but the half price, 710757. Well, Jill, we've got an hour and a half.
We haven't got an hour and a half
of the one day special. When you look at it like this, Debbie, this is good value for money.
It's such good value. I can't stress enough the value that you're getting in this bundle. Just to have those pens, those pencils, and then everything else that comes with this one day special. So please grab it while it's on that offer. I can't imagine that we will bring it back at that price again. You never know, but it is amazing.
Well, there we go. And if you're talking about the pads, they're the one at the top. Got 8 sheets there. You've got another 3 pads, and each of those 3 pads do contain 16 pages. You've got so many different styles here. We've got wording, we've got beautiful background opportunities there. But you've also got actual scenes in their own right with this pad.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Like more traditional watercolour, well, bases.
It's
designs.
more just if you like your stamp designs to colour in. That's the thing that this offers. So there's no resist in these. These are just stamped images on these, and they look incredibly lovely. There's some of Sheila's stamps that we've got in there. They're on this beautiful watercolour card. You're going to be able to use them in conjunction with everything else.
Well, you are, there were your pads, 4 pads there. You've got two packs of 6 of the pens. You've got 2 packs of 12 of the pencils, 100 tags, 3 water brushes, an hour and a half DVD, 24 cards, 24 envelopes. That's an awful lot for your money. Saving £44. Now, if you get on the phones now, you should just be okay. If you get on the phones now, down the number, shop on the website, and get this saving. Well, Debbie, thanks so much. It's been a brilliant 24 hours.
It's been lovely. Thank you out there.
We'll see you after this.
Bye.
Well, a huge thank you to Debbie Fisher. What lovely demonstrations we've seen. The fun continues, though. One day special ends, another one begins in about 2.5, 3 minutes' time. Join Noreen and myself with a brand new KTC One Day Special.
Hello, my name's Kay from Indigo Blue, and we've been established for 7 years, and together with my husband Alfie we design and manufacture our own in-house red rubber stamps. We also have our own range of paints, lushes and stencils. We're so proud that we've now got a reputation for such high quality products and the detail that we can manage to get in our stamps. What I really love about Hochanda is I get to demonstrate lots of different techniques for you to understand how to use our products and hopefully inspire you. I've got loads of fantastic ideas buzzing around in my head, so I can't wait to get those filtered into our products and out to you at home. So grab a cup of tea, join me and the team from Indigo Blue on Hochanda.
Hello, I'm Robert Adams from Paper Crafts, and I've been designing products for crafters for over 15 years. I really enjoy making cards, and I hoped that I can bring you projects that will be inspirational to make. I'm really excited as the designer to bring you a product that I know will look fantastic but is simple and easy to make. And they also come with comprehensive instructions, so you're never going to get lost in the making process. As a designer and a crafter, I take pride in being in control of all of the processes and also using the best quality materials in everything that we make and design. I hope you can join me on Hochanda for future shows where I'll be launching our latest products.
Hello, a very good evening to you. Well, if you're a regular viewer of Hochanda, you'll know that 6 o'clock is when we launch a brand new one-day special. Now, they're designed to run for 24 hours or while stocks last. This is not only brand new to Hochanda, it's actually exclusive to us here at Hochanda at the moment. So, something very, very special indeed, something very involved. If you look at under the sea, almost fantasy-based cards, it could be mixed media, who knows, home decor, lots of possibilities here, but it's much more than just card making. This is clay, it's mould, it's fabulous artwork in all one big bundle. This is just a taste of what you can do. And speaking of what you can do, we've got lots of demonstrations. We've got stacks of them lined up over the next 24 hours, but again, it is while stocks last. I look at the saving on the screen there already. Lots of you are buying this already before we came on air, but I am certainly not alone. To tell us all about it, we are joined with Noreen. Noreen, welcome back to Hochanda.
Yes, thank you.
For a bit of while since you've been here, actually. So
yes.
Welcome back. Good to have you here.
Very, very exciting to have this one-day special.
I know.
It is what it says. One day, and it's special.
And it's special. I like it. I need to use that. Now, Katie Sue, you've been a fan of this company for many years now.
Well, I was captured by them 23 years ago.
Well, captured?
I came to work with them for a couple of days just to see how things would mosey along, and that's it. 23 years. Gone.
And they love it to work for, and they're quite a forward-thinking company.
So yes, they've been very, very innovative, and what they've done is kind of dragged me through lots and lots of different craft phases. So there was Flower Soft. We've made miniature porcelain dolls. We've done Flower Soft. We've done stamping. We've done, you know, really progressed through all of the different art and craft genres.
I see.
And then. Well, it was Durin, actually, one of the owners of the company, that had a brilliant idea about making moulds, and they would work for cakes.
Right.
But obviously they also work for craft, which is very useful.
Very exciting, very useful. Of course, that's what we're passionate about here.
Absolutely.
And as you know, and we're all here to inspire, to educate, and we know we're going to be doing a lot of that with the demonstrations. Should we see what we get in the kit then?
Yes,
so
well,
what have we got?
This is a fabulous papercraft mermaid collection.
Okay.
Now, you'll see on here that you're going to get 80, makes up to 80 card toppers.
Right.
They're various sizes, various poses, but the artwork is absolutely magnificent.
Right.
So you've got decoupage, and as I say, you've got various sizes.
Oh, beautiful. Look at all these.
Aren't they fabulous?
They are
Look
beautiful.
at that artwork, is beautiful.
How much could you get from one page?
Exactly.
You know, from just one page.
Exactly,
we reckon
yes.
80 card toppers in total.
So you've got all your little extras going on around it, so various happy birthdays, mermaid wishes, that type of thing. So what you can do is, when you get a bit further along, we've got these can be decoupaged, or you can use them. These are love.
Yes.
These are backgrounds that you can use, and in the first demo I'm going to show you exactly how simple it is to use that. But look at that artworok again.
They're quite dreamy, aren't they?
Oh, they're beautiful.
These are pretty.
They're really, really beautiful.
I love the paper,
colours.
by the way.
Yes. Well, it was specially enlisted for this kind of craft work, because what we wanted was something that was going to be really, really useful, nice to cut, able to make cards. And you see on these ones, we've got large areas of space around them. Now, that was specifically done so that you can put your dies around those.
Right.
So if you want to, then you can use your dies. Obviously, you can just cut them out by hand.
So if you've got a square die, if you still want to frame, you've got that, well, you've got that much space, haven't you? Really?
Yeah,
oh, fantastic.
absolutely.
Or oval ones and so on. That's
loads
very
and loads
useful.
of different
ones. Clearly put together by crafters.
Yes.
Clearly. So,
totally.
Jo, there's so much here. Jo, how much would you normally pay for this, roughly?
And these are the larger ones, you say. I love these large images as well.
That is beautiful. Jo, normally for this pad, you would pay £16.99. Bear that in mind, Jo. We'll talk about the saving in a second. So we've got the pad.
So with that, you're also going to get this fabulous air-dry clay.
Right.
Now, air-dry clay can be in many different sizes, many different manufacturers, but to me this is the best you can get.
Right, why is that then?
Because it's super smooth.
Right.
It's very, very lightweight, and it's in a lovely big bag.
Yes,
you get 200 grams.
Do you know what never ceases to amaze me about this? It's so light.
It's how light it is.
You know when you're going to pick something up, you think it's going to be heavy. I nearly threw this and hit the ceiling. I nearly threw it in the air because I was expecting it to be heavy. It's bizarre how light that is.
It's incredible.
I do need a little bit for an embellishment.
Yes, and of course when you come then onto the moulds, then the moulds, because of the detail in them, it's very important that you've got a real good clay that's going to pick up all that intricate detail that we've actually manufactured into it.
Okay.
So that's the seashells.
Yeah.
That's that way. They're absolutely stunning.
My word, very authentic looking.
The detail on them
like
is
fossils.
just, look at the size of these, and you're still going to get exactly the same detail on there as you do on the larger ones. So realistic.
And we
this
can
to me
post
is
with
just
this, can't we?
yes, absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Because they're so lightweight. But if you're doing it not just for your card embellishments, if you're doing it for your home decor, gifts, you know, your shadow boxes, that type of thing, this is a one-time purchase. This is absolutely phenomenal.
You know, and it feels rugged. Do you know what I mean? It feels sturdy.
It's a good
and
substantial mould.
It is,
and we really do take a lot of pride in the manufacture of that.
What about chocolates? Could we do that?
Yes.
Oh.
Melted chocolates, toffees. You can also use your ultra thick embossing powder, so you can add any amount of heat into that, so that'll take it. So if you're talking jewellery making, maybe earrings, necklaces, that type of thing, earrings, all
that's nice,
manner.
like mould. Obviously, you need a separate one for your food stuff.
Yes.
Obviously. Do you know, oh, that'd be beautiful, though. So there we go. You do get the mould, you get the pad, and again, you get all of that clay. So it is clay, isn't it?
It is.
It is
yes.
clay. I'm just so used to the heavy stuff I had at
yes,
school.
the beauty of it is that it is again what it says: air dries.
So no kiln.
Need, no kiln, no nothing like that.
Right.
So again, you can see how we've used. This is one of the lovely design team that's done with some samples. She's used the dye to go around the outside of it, and then she's used some of the embellishments, and then we've used the clay to make up the shells and the seaweed. Absolutely stunning.
It's impressive, isn't it?
It really
mightily
is.
impressive.
Really is.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. They're just such gorgeous artwork here. I mean, every image, there's so much to discover, so much to explore.
There is.
Hey, look at a sidestep pecan, so again, that's gorgeous. And even with all those embellishments there, it's so light.
It's still very lightweight.
And it's nice to have dimensioning cards.
Yes, yeah, it is.
And there we go. Beautiful selection there. You did all these cards. I
did quite a lot of them, but we've got a lovely design team, so
Sharon
I have to mention, yes, Sharon King, yes, Tracy Sutton and Margaret Waters, who've really helped us.
Thank you very much, ladies. Worked very hard with these.
They're just quite inspirational, those ladies.
Well, they are. Totally are. Lots of ideas we've had already.
So we're talking about those, you know, those backing ones. You can do all manner of things with that, so you can give it a more 3D effect. It can be as simple or as difficult as you want it to be. You know, so if you're buying this for someone who's wanting to get into craft, they're so easy to make. You can cut around them and, you know, do your own kind of shapes inside. But if you're a, you know, a more advanced crafter, then you're still going to get that use out of them.
Well, you are. You really, really are, aren't you? Well, there we go. If you would like to get this, you are saving £17, and that's actually the price of the book.
Yes.
You know, normally.
Well, you would get a penny change.
You would, wouldn't you? So normally £16.99 for this.
Yes.
So it's like getting that thrown in. It's like paying for this and this.
It's ridiculous.
It is, isn't it? And that makes 80 card toppers, so maybe even more, depending on how you use them.
But that's why it's special.
80.
It is.
It is a one-day
Definitely
special,
is,
very
yes.
special price, £24.97. Add your P&P. This will be delivered to your door. It's 784-968. Now, if you're brand new to Hochanda, very warm welcome. Two ways you can buy. Firstly, dial the number. It's 01733 602 2000. That takes you through to our in-house call centre. So you speak to somebody live. They're sat literally just upstairs. But,
upstairs?
They're just up here. No, they're not some random place. They're literally just up there. Or you can shop on our website, hochanda.com. Might give them a knock with a broomstick. There we go. So, hochanda.com, quickest way to order, I think, on our website. Should we go around here, Noreen, and have a look what we got? Now, we got a mould with the one-day special. But
yes, so you've got the shell mould with the one-day special.
But we've got other
moulds
look
here. At this spectacular collection. Wow. Absolutely.
Now, is this bundle exclusive?
Yes.
To Hochanda?
Yes.
That's exciting, isn't it?
And even better, we're saving an enormous amount of money.
What we're saving here? That's not... Wow.
Yeah.
That's almost as much saving as your first flexi buy.
Yeah.
That's £34?
£34.
Right.
Because this is the first one-day special we've ever done. We really, really want to make it extra special.
Yes, well, you have done.
If your budget allows, and it's fabulous to have a couple of flexi pays on, if your budget allows, this is a one-time purchase that you're going to use time after time after time.
Again.
They're absolutely fabulous. So you can see that we've got the mermaid here.
Yes.
And then further down we've got the stones.
Is that what I've got right here?
Yes.
Should we have a look at what we can do? Because, I see. So
okay then.
This is
so
what
that's
they look
the
like.
mermaid tail.
Okay. Lovely.
I'll find the mermaid.
You've got the mermaid.
There we go.
Beautiful.
So you've got the mermaid, you've got the mermaid tail.
Right.
This is one of probably my favourites, the seahorses. So you see how you can do as much or as little to them as you actually want to. Then we've got the seashore. We've got the beautiful waves, so you've got 3 of those. Brilliant for framing, you know, around your pictures and things like that. We've got this beautiful sea.
I like this.
Isn't that lovely? Look at the little bucket and spade, how cute.
You're using this on a front cover of photo albums. They're called Memories of Family Holidays.
Absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Then we've got those fabulous fishes, we've got the coral, the seaweed, and last but certainly not least, I love these.
There we go. That's beautiful.
Look how realistic those are.
It really is,
all made with just air dry clay.
And that's it. How did you get it, the colour in the middle? Did you just pick
I painted inside, yeah.
You picked with a fine brush?
It's so simple to do.
Right.
Yeah, it really, trust us.
It's like a piece of slate. Very clever effect we've got there.
Isn't it fabulous?
I love mixed media. Again, for your canvases, that would be great.
Absolutely marvellous.
That'd be beautiful. Jo, we've had an email already, actually, regarding the molds. Thank you very much. This is for Mrs. Woodford. Thank you very much. Hello, Mrs. Woodford.
Hi, Mrs. Woodford.
Hot glue, can we use in the mould? You can do.
You can.
Brilliant.
And because it comes in all different colours now, the hot glue, you can do your shells and your stones, your mermaid tail, all of that in a myriad of colours.
Really? Oh, there we go. Mrs. Woodford, thank you very much.
Thank you for asking that question.
Yeah, good question. Good question. They take a lot of heat. Keep coming the questions in. Keep sending the questions in. It's studio@hochanda.com. There we go. So it's all 8 of these moulds, and you just... Oh, do you know what, actually? Should we see some examples before we move on? There's the mermaid.
Just so cool?
Let me hold it up here. There we go. So there's a mermaid. Very, very beautiful. And then we talked about using them on canvases. Are we ready for this one? This is your showstopper.
So that's what makes me... well, I just went to town on that one and just tried to do as much as I could, just to show you. But it just shows you what you can make. And that was just a really, really cheap canvas with a little bit of acrylic paint over. And then I've used the frame for the driftwood, and then all of the other elements on there. But it's so very, very useful.
Was that a cheeky bit of gilding wax we've used on there?
Yeah. It
very
was.
Nice, very nice.
So if you're doing things for home decor, that in a bathroom, if you're selling it for your charities and things,
we can do that, can we?
Yes, these sea salts are so cheap. You can buy a huge big bag of them.
Yeah.
Get a couple of your kiln jars, and then you've got that ready made.
I like this. Oh, I see. So the moulds, these bits are focusing on right now.
Yes,
that
and the shells on the top
is absolutely beautiful. That is nice, isn't it? I do love these little rock kind of style ones.
Absolutely gorgeous. And doesn't that? It's just so makes you smile. So sunshiny, isn't it?
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
Oh, I could do some of that. John, and if you want to get your little pegs there, little hooks, something for your car keys to hang up on.
Yes.
A little coat hanger.
Perfect.
That is pretty. Well, you know, we need to move on from this. Like you were saying, Noreen, the price is ridiculous. Have you seen that price?
It is.
Well, that's probably why we're busy for this already. £34 saving. I'm not surprised.
34. That's 2 moulds.
That's
2 moulds. Yeah.
Really? That's the saving?
Yeah.
Right, well, there we go. It's like getting 2 moulds thrown in. £79.99 is the price. There we go. It's at 837-729. It's also available on FlexiBuy. All you pay is £39.96. Now, Noise, get ready for some demonstrations. Let me remind you of some items we've got on the website. This is Hochanda.com. Oh, now we've got the Sugar Buttons Pirate Silicon Mould by Catherine Stoic, I believe, designed these ones. That's right, Catherine Stoic did these. Love working with Catherine. £12.99 for each one of those. Now then, do you know what, I'll try and show you a sample in a few moments' time using the Katie Sue pack of 15 display globes. Now, it's $11.99. These are fantastic. You're not going to believe, in fact, I'm going to get it ready to show you, because you're not going to believe the next card I've got. 5-star reviews already on that. It's a Freedom Member discount allocated to that display globes. Well, I found it. Thank you. Thanks to Noreen. Are you ready for this card? Right, this is brilliant. I haven't seen a card like this before.
Isn't it?
Isn't this great? So there's water in the card?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's brilliant. How have you sealed that in?
Now, with silicone.
Right.
And I can't take any credit for that because the lovely Susan Mason many years ago showed me how to do that, and I just think it lended itself perfectly towards the, you know, to the seaside and the underwater.
How's it not making it wet? Oh, I see. Is there a flat piece underneath? How's that?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh,
I'm going to do it in the demo.
Right, here we go. There we go. £10.79 is the price for Freedom Member if you like 15 of these display globes. 898-568. All become clear, I'm led to believe. There we go. So then, Noreen, what's the first demonstration?
Right, so it is actually going to be that water globe, yes.
That worked out well then, didn't it?
It did.
Almost rehearsed, wasn't it?
Very fortuitous.
It was,
so
yes.
What I've done is I've torn out one of the elements that I want to use. So this is one of the backgrounds that I've used here. So when we're talking about dyes, we're talking about being able to just put a plain and simple dye around. Lots of people have different dyes, and so you can see how that would just sit perfectly. You put it through your machine, and then it comes out.
So that's why
like
they
this.
left you a bit of space?
Yes, so that's why they've left that space. So what you get with your display globes is a template. So why do we need the template? Because I can put that template down onto there, I can draw around that in pencil, then I can cut that out, and then I know that that is going to fit perfectly the display globe, okay?
It's like a little viewfinder that as well. You can select audition.
And it's really great.
Design.
If you're not into dyes, you know, there's some people not into dyes, you could actually just place that down and do your own, you know, your own designs. So I've this is when the dyes come into their own, because especially if you've got the nestabilities, because that means that you can do them in various sizes. So there's quite a few different sizes in here. What I've done is I folded an A4 card over. Now if you put this down onto the edge of your card there, that isn't going to cut the entire bit. That's going to save that fold. So you've got that folded down there, and that then gives you that shaped card. So then we can move on to the smaller size. So then we've got that shaped card. So you can see that it all kind of is starting to marry up. Okay then, so what did we do with this? Well, I'm just going to show you the basics of it.
Okay, and we get 15 of those globes.
Yes, you do. I'll turn this over so you can actually see, because it's difficult sometimes to see the acetate. So what we've got to do here is we've got to put some water in, and we've got to keep this dry around the outside, and then we're going to use some silicone.
Right.
Okay, so I did have my silicone ready at hand. What I'd like to do is just to use a good blob of silicone. So hold that down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go round just on the outside lip. So I'm not taking it too far to the inside here. I'm just going to go right round there. But it's very, very important to make sure that you have in fact not left any spaces, because obviously any spaces the water is going to come through. So I'm just going to go around there.
Oh, I see.
So if you put too much
it's a good
on,
seal then, isn't it?
if you put too much silicone on, or if you put it
seep in.
Yes, or if you put it too near the side, the inside, then it's going to seep in, as you say. So we're just going to have this piece of acetate, and then I'm going to put the water in. So we're just going to put as much water as we want.
Oh, some food colouring you could do, actually.
You could.
Or would it dye?
Actually, I did put food colouring in, but I have to say, it kind of...
It might colour up the image,
coloured the image,
Yeah, no, don't
you
do
know,
that.
so I preferred it. But what you could do is, you could be putting some little gems in, or stones, you know, little diamonds, things like that. So that would give you the water effect, and it would give you the swishiness.
That'd be nice.
That's a technical term.
Or
swishiness, yes.
Or little clear beads, like bubbles inside there.
Absolutely.
You could be creative.
I've even done it with ducks, but sadly my ducks just wanted to stay upside down, so you
Right,
get
okay. And that could be a sad sight.
Yeah, it wasn't a good look.
That'd be awful,
I've got that down there, so I've got just a regular piece of acetate. So I've placed that down. So what you need to do is just move that around so that you can see that the acetate
So it's very controlled manner.
Catching up with there. So just make sure
you can see it
that
sealed,
there
can't
isn't.
you?
Yes. Make sure that there isn't any.
Never seen that done before.
It's
I've
just
seen shaker cards in this kind of manner, but this is...
Right, so you would leave that, and I would definitely recommend leaving it for 24 hours. So I would just leave it as is.
Okay.
Okay then. So we've got the silicone.
We're ridiculously busy for the one day special, don't forget. We're a meltdown for this. We're almost at 20% of the stock gone already. I know, Noreen. Right, I know. There we go. 784 968 is the item number 2497. Will it be about tomorrow morning? I don't want to say it. It's £70 at the moment, which is actually the price of the mermaid pound, really. So then,
okay, so that is it. We've moved on 24 hours. So you can see that that's got a good seal. In fact, some of the silicone has come over on the outside. So that's not a problem, because all you would do then is just cut round it, and you've got that captured in there.
Lovely.
Okay, so we're good to go. Is it great fun?
It's really
it's
nice,
such
isn't it?
good fun.
Okay.
So, Susan Mason, you just are the best.
Thank you, Susan, if you're watching. Let us know if you're watching.
She is, because I messaged her to say I was going to be using this as a demo.
That's a brilliant idea.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put the glue around the back.
We've got a blocked end.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Right.
Don't worry, it happens all the time.
So, I'm going to use my Flower Soft glue, and this is an absolutely gorgeous General Craft glue. Nice and slidable, so you can move that around into whatever position you want. So that's the basis of the card, and you know, that in itself, if I was to put a few little foam pads on, that in itself is quite a nice card.
Yeah, yeah.
But we don't want to do that.
We don't want to get to another level now.
We want to do this. So again, I'm going to use my silicone to just go around the outside edge, and you don't really need a lot. All this is doing is just going to fasten it to the back of your card. It's not going to make it any less waterproof or any more waterproof. It's better to do it like that, and then you can move that around, because what I want to do is make sure that that fits with the top. So there, so we can move that into position.
We used the template just to guide it all together, didn't we?
So we can move that into position there, and then I'm just going to glue this onto the top. So then I want to get on to show you how to do some of those fabulous shells.
Right.
People that we've shown have been saying for months and months, oh, shells, I'm just desperate to get some shells.
What is it about shells, do you think?
I just think...
reminds of holidays, perhaps?
Yes, yes.
You know?
And, you know, if you buy them or collect them on the beach, you can never get them the right shape, size, whatever it is that you want.
Matt will tell you a story about that, actually. Shells on the beach.
So...
He's across the studio, he didn't hear.
I did hear mention.
But we're not allowed to, are we? Shells
I did hear mention. So, you can see that that's going to fit down there perfectly fine. And that is now captured, your water's captured inside there. Isn't that just so cool? That's just great fun. Okay, well, then, so we're going to get on to the shells.
It's very quick, actually. Obviously, the drying time.
Yeah.
But that's all compiling together.
Yeah,
quite fast, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I'm going to use some air dry clay. So what I'm using is some corn flour.
Right.
And we're just going to dust out using corn flour.
Helps it to release.
But a very important thing is to make sure that you tap out any excess, because there's such tiny detail in there. You don't want any of the corn flour.
You don't want to jeopardise that, do you?
Captured inside this.
Okay.
You want to get all the detail out.
Now,
so this is the white.
Okay.
That
I just want to show you, because I know you're probably going to use a small amount.
Yeah.
And we're getting a lot. So, Jill, this is a large wad.
You know, I was trying to figure how many shells I would have been able to make out, and it's certainly into the hundreds.
Right.
It certainly is into the hundreds.
Yes. It is, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
So if I drop this, you'll probably expect a whack, but I'll say it's just, you know, I'll say it's surprisingly light.
It's just incredible. So I've taken some of the brown that we've got, and I'm just mixing that in with the white. Now, there's a couple of things that you can do with that. So if we were doing the driftwood, I might maybe want to just leave some of that so that you can get different colours, different texture.
Can you paint onto this afterwards?
Yeah.
Like what, with the acrylics? What would you...
Anything.
Oh, right.
Nail varnish, acrylics.
Chalk paints?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So I don't want to completely mix that, but I don't want to have it too white. So you can see there, that's just on. So a good tip, and this was during who I saw doing this.
Okay.
In these conical ones, if you twist that, so you can see that that's going to twist, so you've got that colour there started to twist anyway. So push that into your mould.
So we've had a brilliant question come in from Julie, I believe it was. Yeah, Julie would like to know, once we've created the moulds, or the actual pieces, can we sell them?
Yes.
Can we make them sell?
Yes, because you've made them from something.
Right, yes, okay. So there you go, Julie, thanks. Brilliant question.
There's a little
Keep
bit...
them coming in, studio@hochanda.com.
Put a little bit more in there. So take that right up to the top of the mould, and then it's important that we're going to actually be able to see the whole of the outline of your shell from there. And then, this is just so simple to do. So anybody with dexterity problems, you're going to have absolutely no problem.
Well, obviously we're not doctors, we can't promise anything, but no claims made, but you never know, give it a try.
Isn't that just amazing? Now I want to show you the tiniest one, because I know the camera work is just so stunning. I know they're going to be able to pick this up, because...
Last one, Tash.
even the guy, our sculptor, who sculpted this, when I showed him this, even he said, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So we've got it again, we've got that nice and plain, nice and clean around the outside
marble
edge.
effect. It does look realistic.
Doesn't it, just?
Can we have a look at that one
But
again?
look at that.
I mean, they're both really quite realistic, aren't they? Isn't that lovely? It's like a marble effect. Look at this.
We've got some dried ones here as well.
I'm absolutely blown away. The detail, the little one.
Look at that. I mean, the detail on there. You would swear that that was
Even just putting these in the jar to put on your windowsill in your bathroom, you know, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Canvases. Beautiful.
And you know, I did think about it, using it with, you know, like scented oils.
Right.
Like potpourri.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
So I've done those two different, so I'm going to do this tiny one as well, because this is me, I just love anything tiny. So I'm just going to push some of the air dry clay in, again, scrape away the excess. This is just super cool.
Now, this is the mould that comes with the one-day special, and we're ridiculously busy for this. In fact, a quarter of the stock has now gone.
But look at that. How adorable is that? Isn't that just the cutest thing you've ever seen?
And look, that's beautiful.
So, so pretty.
It's amazing. Now, I believe this mould, I was just checking it actually, because we've got the other pack. It looks like this one comes also with the big bundle.
Yes, it does.
Of the mould.
Yes.
There we go. It comes with the big bundle. But, Joe, if you go for the one-day special and the big bundle, there's one for a friend there, isn't there?
So how much are you going to save if you do that? You're getting £34 to save.
Oh, there you go. You'll have me in and out, haven't you?
I know. £17 with that.
So
34.17. I don't know what that is.
So £51.
Canny bit. Whoa.
51.99.
That's just ridiculous.
£51 exactly.
Whoa.
That's what you're going to be saving if you go for the one-day special and the extra mould. So you will duplicate on one of the moulds. I want to make that clear because I don't want you to be disappointed. But I think that's a lovely way to give one as a gift, perhaps.
Yes,
why not?
absolutely.
It's a lovely idea.
Absolutely. So I've used the fish mould, and you can see that I've used the bright orange in there. It doesn't matter, I'll be able to wipe that out. But then I've got the beautiful seaweed and the coral. So what I've done there is, and again, look at the detail. I'll be showing you in more detail probably over the next few shows. But that is so, so fabulous. So you can just glue that down and you can drape it. If this was me at home, because I've got a miniature doll's house, I would be making Boston fern hanging planters and all sorts of things like that with this. So we can place this on here, and I'm just going to drape that down over there. So I've got some shells, I've got some coral that I've dried. So again, it doesn't really matter what colour you're going to be using, particularly if you're going to be painting them. I want to put some there. If you're going to be painting them, then you just use anything. If you're using it for mixed media, just mix all of your colours together, because if you're going to paint over it, maybe you're going to do with black and then put gilding wax. Honestly, it's just so, so good to do.
It's just good to play with. If you want more designs of the moulds, we've got those on the website, hochanda.com. So you've got additional moulds. But if you want to go for the one-day special, look at that price on the bottom of the screen.
I've just got so much to show you, because one of the other things that we did was we actually made an oyster with a pearl in. So that's going to be one of the other demos that we've got. Just, you know, ships, bottles, messages in a bottle, all of that manner of thing. Look at the size of him. Look at that little seahorse.
Oh, look.
Isn't he just adorable?
It's really sweet.
But still, look at the detail. And that is so, so tiny.
Yeah.
The detail on there, you can see its ears, you can see its face, its nose. Absolutely stunning. So you're going to get those in with your bundle. And again, obviously, you can just place them where you want to. So you can either, as I'm doing here, you can either paint them before you put them on, or you can paint them after you've done it. It really doesn't matter. Few things that you can use. Maybe we'll use the distress ink on some of the shells. So, as lovely as they are like that, you can always make a little bit of a difference.
Right.
So I'll just put some water on there.
Got some brushed corduroy, I think that could.
So I'm just going to make sure that I've got enough water in, because honestly, as soon as you add that, can you see how that's just going automatically? It darkens.
Settles it all in.
Doesn't it?
harmonises.
So you really, really don't need any skill. Take it from me. None needed.
Well, it's the right products, but again,
Just
that mould.
honestly.
Quite deep grooves we've got.
Yes, it's fantastic. So if you wanted to do something a little bit different, maybe so I'm going to do. And again, this is food colouring. Whoops.
Right. Oh, whoops. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. Don't use quite as much as I've
food
done.
colouring, then?
Yeah, metallic.
Ah.
So.
I didn't know you could get that.
Yeah.
Metallic food colouring.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm just going to put.
I'm trying to
little
get
dabs in
anyway,
there. And then we're going to mix that with a little bit of the green. That probably hasn't been shaken up enough. But then you can just start and mix that in. And it really doesn't matter, as we're saying, what colours you're going to be using. Let's just get to this little seahorse, and then I'm going to do him with this. So I want the fins to be a little bit darker, but can you see, look at that detail on there. This is what, as I say, our sculptor was absolutely stunned with. So I want that to be a bit lighter now. So I'll put a little bit more water on. And then just brush over the top. Or maybe just give him a little bit darker shade around his head. Maybe a little bit darker down the middle there. Then I'm going to put a little bit gold onto there. So, but again, you know, we're talking about what you can use on these moulds, so on the air dry clay. So just try anything. Your acrylic paints, your aqua pens, your Spectrum Noirs, all of that. If you're doing faces, that would be the only thing I would say. If you're doing faces, maybe put a little seal over the faces. So by a seal, I'm talking about maybe watering down a little bit PVA and painting over the face, and then it stops the intensity, if you like, of the colour going onto the face. So it just doesn't absorb it too much.
Right.
So again, because this is fantasy, this can be whatever colour.
Well, of course it could, yeah.
You want it to be.
Well, you can get quite realistic with the shells, as we saw earlier.
Yeah.
I'm blown away by that.
Isn't that?
We've got different colour clay, by the way, if you'd like to. We've got different colour options on our website. That is beautiful, Noreen.
Well, thanks to Susan Mason and
Thank
thanks to Katie Sue Designs for the fantastic artwork, and the moulds are just beyond fantastic.
It really is. They're lovely, aren't they? Well, there we go. And it adds such a different dimension. Look at those moulds. They do complete it, don't they?
They really do.
Completely in a wonderful way. Well, shall I do a quick recap?
Yes.
Noreen? Is that a good idea?
Yes.
But that's impressive. What are we going to look at when I come back, by the way? Do we know yet?
Yes. I'm going to make a little picture frame.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Like you can,
so yes, you can use it with, you know, because we know that people make things for the charities, for the gifts and things like that, for children's rooms.
Yes.
Frames and things are so easy, but I just want to show you a little tip.
All right, I'll let you
this.
get set up. I'm looking forward to this. Stay tuned for that. Well, we've got lots more options on the website, hochanda.com. Sounds like lots of you are using the website tonight. Well, we've got the seashell silicone mould. Do you know what, looking at that, so that's £14.99 just for that seashell silicone mould. That comes included in the one-day special. You've also got the white clay, that's £9.99, but lots of you are adding the 8 seaside moulds as a bonus. That's £79.92, beg your pardon. And there we go. Now, it does include one of the moulds from the one-day special, but you're going to double up. Of course, give one to, you know, as a family friend. Why not? Now then, we've got all these options. Do add them to your basket. If every item you add to your basket, if there's something in there already, it'll only increase the total P&P by just £1. Now then, we're moving away from this kind of theme. Well, this kind of style, actually. Well, we still sort of see themes into the pirate moulds. How about this? Well then, let's have a look. Now, these ones are beautiful. We've got these included, different item numbers, designed by Catherine Stoic. Now, we've got the accessory silicone moulds, the pirate ones. That's 505044. And we've got beautiful, beautiful selections. They're these ones right here. So there we go. These, you have an anchor here. You have, is that a little bird we've got there? We haven't, with skull and crossbones, classic. And I said, did I say eagle then? I meant a parrot. Did I say eagle? It's not a pheasant, is it? What am I talking about? There we go. A pheasant at £12.99. It's a pigeon from Trafalgar Square. It's a 505044. So we've got the parrot, the anchor, the skull and crossbones, of course, right there. Speaking of which, there we go. You can see them right there. Beautiful. There's a little parrot. They're cute. They got skull and crossbones. A lovely little theme here. Something for your son, your daughter, if they're into this. Do they love that huge film franchise, the one based in the Caribbean? Although get the buy on this, and there we go, £12.99. Now the details for this one right here, this is for the pirate silicone mould. Now this is 592453, different item for the accessories I just showed you. So there we go. There we have it. Isn't that beautiful? Signed by Catherine Stroke. Thank you very much, Catherine. If you're watching, hopefully see you soon. Love working with Catherine. Her demonstrations, honestly, they're so inspiring. You just some of the demonstrations, you just absorbed it, aren't you? You can't help but watch. There we go, £12.99. That's for the pirate silicone mould. Now again, we've got other items. We've got the one-day special. It's in Meltdown. A quarter of the stock's already gone for this. We will be here by tomorrow evening to afternoon. I can't promise anything when we're this busy for that. So then we've also got the stamps. Now, these have been busy, and we haven't... This is the first time I've actually properly showed you these. Now, they're the Mermaid Dreams by Katie Sue, Mermaid Dreams and birthday stamp set. So there we go. Let's have a look at what we can create with all of those. You got With Love for you. Lovely fantasy-based stamps we've got here, too. We've always got the mermaids. So again, your son, your daughter, you know, various different age groups, I think. Maybe you love that well-known animated film, the not the Big Mermaid, but, you know, and... Not the festively plump mermaid, but, you know, the other one. But quite slim, actually. The Slim Mermaid. Anyway, I'm blabbing on. There we go. You create cars like this. Easel cards, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. Joe, we've used that one there. That's from the additional moulds you can buy on the show. More about that in a few moments' time. So there we go. There we have all different examples for you. Birthdays with a twist, bit of fancy, bright, bold, beautiful. And it's £12.98 for 2 stamp sets. They're brand new to Hochanda. So there we go. You've got 6 in a pack, so obviously you've got 12 in total. For, again, £12.98. Well, there we go. Any questions? Please give a call centre ring. It's 01733 602,000. Now, we're approaching a quarter of the stock gone of the stamps. So, touch and go. It's touch and go. Now, the next item we've got. These are absolutely stunning. Have a look at all of these moulds. Now, John, to just look at one of the moulds, I'm going to pick one up at random. What should I look at first? Got the seahorses. John, I'm going to look at these ones. These are my favourite, actually. I don't know why, because maybe it's because I'm fascinated with mixed media, and I think a lot of mixed media, quite often is one word can say more than a sentence or a poem, perhaps. Quite often I think it can, personally. But look at these. That is a beast, isn't it? That is a beast of a mould. That is a thick mould. Look how deep we got here. They're rugged. They could go back to their own position. They really are sturdy, rugged moulds. So there we go. They can take heat as well. So you're working with hot glues, like Noreen was saying. It's perfect for that. Embossing powder, you know, molten bits like that, absolutely fine. Always check, read the instructions, check with the manufacturer first, of course. But there we go. That is just one mould of 8. So there we go. Going to put this back down in there. There we go. And let's see what we can create at home. In fact, firstly, let me show you all the designs before we show you some cards. So the ones I just showed you, that's what they look like once they've been used with your air dry clay. If you haven't got any, we've got some on the show, and you get a big pouch with the one-day special. So you got this comes included too. Beautiful. All of the designs in this bundle. Little hut there. The seahorses. Beautiful. There is the mermaid. You're getting the mermaid tails there. And you're also getting the borders too. It's a big selection. You can create beautiful pieces like this. If it's your book covers, your photo albums from holidays, how about that? Do you know, if you just tuned in, I must show you this canvas again. How gorgeous is that? Now, Noreen did this. That is beautiful. There's movement there. It's a cosy piece. It's a cheerful piece. It screams summer. Live, love, laugh. Live, love, and... Live, I can't even say it. Live, laugh, and love. There we go. £34 saving on this, and I can't believe the deal. That's like getting 2 thrown in. So that's like paying for 6 and getting 8. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, it's like paying for 6 and getting 8 with this deal. So it's like getting 2 thrown in, saving £34. You can also stagger the cost on FlexiBuy. You pay £39.96 today. Add your P&P. These 8 moulds delivered to your door, and well, just enjoy them. Now, they are available individually on our website, hochanda.com. In fact, you'll see them right here. So if you just want the one, £60.99. There we go. Different prices for the seahorse. So do check the price, obviously, before you check out. Give a call centre a ring as well. Now then, just before we go look at that frame that Noreen was explaining, we're going to look at that live next, but just briefly, we launched this one-day special at, how long ago now? Almost 40 minutes ago. It's 6 o'clock this evening. They're designed to last, these one-day specials, for 24 hours, but it's while stocks last. Now then, not so long ago, it was 20% gone. Then it was a quarter of the stock gone. We're now approaching a third gone. So then, we've got another show later on at 8 o'clock, so please do tune in with Matt, even if you've already bought yours now. Looking for demonstrations, that's what we're all about here at Hochanda, but we want to let you know what deals we've got. People flick on and off all the time, of course. So then, now you've got your pad. Oh, you've also got the clay as well. So, now to start with the clay, you don't need to kiln, it's air dry, and I can't believe how light this is. When I picked it up for the first time, I nearly threw it in the air because I was expecting it to be heavy. So it really is impressive, that. So you get a lot of clay there, you get the book. Now, this book normally would cost you, if you look on the website, £16.99. You're saving £17, so it's like getting this thrown in. It's like paying for the mould and the clay and getting this as a bonus. When you talk about this as a bonus, 80 cards, 80 card toppers you could potentially get from all of this. Look at all of these, pages and pages of inspiration. You get the scene there. That lays the scene, that opens the world, and then what will you put inside that little world? Who knows? It could be mermaids. Do you know what? It could be have your own stamped images, your own die cuts. And what they've done with this paper, they've spaced it out for you. So you're thinking, oh, they could have put something in there. No, these are designed by crafters, KTC. So they allow room for your dies. You've got ovals, circles, squares. You've got that much room to work with, and you've got this much space to use to stamp on. Who knows? You can extend this design if you want to do some of your own doodles. But there we go. This is all one big paper pad, but my favourite part, not only this, it is the mould. Now then, you do get the seashell mould. This is absolutely beautiful. This is what we've been looking at. That mould can create this. How good is that? Oh, hello, we're moving around. That's why we're live. You can tell we're live sometimes. So there you go, that is the mould, and we can create this. £24.97, saving £17, which is the cost normally of that. It's 784-968. That's 784-968. Give a call centre, numbers on your screen, but the quickest way to order is on our website, hochanda.com. After 6 o'clock tomorrow, you're going to be paying the full price, but I don't think we're going to get there. Personally, I don't think so, because a third of the stock almost gone. Well, then, we've got lots of finished examples. We've also joined with Noreen as well with another demonstration. I'm walking and talking there. How professional. So that, I don't know. Well, then, how are we doing that? What are we going to look at next?
So, we're going to have a look at maybe making a little gift.
Lovely.
So, let me explain the frame. Now, this frame, I'm not going to do it tonight because I know we're kind of quite busy, but I will do it over the next few shows.
Supposing we'll see how we get
there's
on.
Plenty left.
Yes.
Okay, so that I've covered that frame. Then, this is called a shadow box. So, inside your shadow box, you do get a frame like this. So, what I've done is, I've placed that, and I thought, that's just so perfect. That's going to be really, really cute, set inside that frame. So I just drew around the outside with pencil. So there's a, you know, example of not using a mould, but not using a die, but still getting the same effect. So then I thought, right, I'm going to do some little embellishments. So again, we'll dust out with your air dry, with your corn flour. So something intricate like this. What you would start and do is just push that down into your mould, and then I'm just going to start and push all of the excess over towards the top part of it. So you can see that I'm then able to press that into the areas that it needs to go into. But we do have a couple of landlocked areas here that is going to give you that lovely, little islands there. So again, I'm just pushing that. Use your fingers like a paddle, just push them up to the top, scrape away the excess, and then that gives you some sight as to how much you need to tidy up. So we're just going to tidy that, push everything back into position.
You know, I'm just reading the bottom of the screen. It just reminds me, I haven't mentioned for a while, they're food grade, they're food safe basically, these moulds.
Yes.
Obviously you wouldn't have one for both hobbies, you'd have one for your food separately.
Yes.
I know it's obvious, but we have to say. But with this, what about cake decorating? That'd be really cool.
So easy.
Well, that'd be great.
Easy. You need to have a look on the website, because we've got some amazing samples of cakes as well.
Chocolate fishes.
Yes. So you can see again, same rule of thumb, we've made that nice and tidy, nice and clean in there. So again, it's just a question of flexing your mould. if by any chance your air dry clay doesn't come out as clean as that, then it's probably a little bit too wet. So just leave it, let it dry in the air a little bit. But can you see the detail on there?
Oh yeah.
That is
Gorgeous,
just stunning.
Beautiful.
So you just leave that to dry, and obviously any of the other designs that we've done. So what I did was, I thought to myself, right, I want it to be like 3D. So what I would do is, I would just place, use maybe a little bit of glue, but I placed some air dry clay, and really it doesn't matter what colour it is because we can paint over this, we can use our acrylics. So I've just given this a base, and then will I get a dried one? No, so see, I wanted to stand that in the corner there. I can stand that into that clay because that's still wet, and that would dry with that element there. So you get the idea of what I've done. This, this is what I've ended up with. Cute. So can you see this?
It's like an aquarium.
This was just really, really easy to do, and people at work will say, oh man, I really love that. So with your little beads and things, and again, this is something I'll go on further tomorrow, show you how to actually make an oyster with a purlin. Right. But just for the moment,
got photographs in the background.
We're going to
quite a nice touch.
Yeah.
Family holiday photos behind.
I'm just going to make
cool.
2 of those.
So this is the mould that comes with the one day special.
Yes.
And with the additional mould set.
So I'm going to make 2 of those, and then leave them to dry. Now you can kind of hollow those out, but you just leave them to dry, and you get the gist of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue those together, but I'm also going to put the pearl inside there.
Lovely.
And that's what I've done on this one. So you can see I've got a little bead inside there. So that was how I got to that stage. So then we're going to move it on a little bit further. So you can see that we've got, I painted that just in case you could see it, but obviously you can't. All I've done here is I put a little bit glitter, can you just see? Just a little bit, not too much. And because we've got 4 of these fabulous toppers here, I thought, right, well, I'm going to use one of them. I love decoupage, so I've just made a little decoupage, because in the shadow box we're going to be able to take that depth without any problems. So I've got some little foam pads on there, so we're just going to place that. And rule of thumb, if you're doing decoupage, so can you see how she's got both of her arms here? So if I was decoupaging it, the one that I would leave out is the one that's underneath. So it's always the things that are in the front that you would put on. So there we go. So that just gives you that extra feeling of depth in there. And then again, I've just used the Make-A-Wish, because again, that was at the front, and one of the tails of the mermaid tail was behind. So all I'm doing is I'm using the front of that, putting that down onto there, and again, that's creating depth for you to look into. So then what I thought we would do is we'll get some of our colours. I'm just going to use the lids this time. Try not to be too clever and spill it all over the place. Okay, so we can just, now this could have been painted before we started, but I just wanted to kind of explain it.
But that bit there, for example, how long would that take to dry? That little bit you painted?
That little piece there would probably take 30 minutes.
Oh gosh, that's quick.
If that. And that's exactly the same colours that I've used to go around there.
Okay.
So I can add a little bit of the green. So it's just making it whatever colour you want to. You can leave it as is, but I just think, well, it's a pretty nice, vibrant colour.
Yeah.
We could have added a little bit green onto that. Pinks, beautiful corals, and you see how these just mix beautifully together.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to add maybe a little bit along the bottom there. Just add a little bit more colour to it, and it draws your eye up towards where you've got your oyster. So all that we need to do then is actually just assemble this. So we've got the outside of our frame done like this, so we'd need the glass. I'm going to dust this. I'll use my penny.
Well, why not? Works well with making use.
So what we need to do is, yes, we need to drop the glass into here. So just make sure that we've got this up the right way. What I've done there is I've just used air dry clay around the outside and pressed it on, and then I had a couple of dried shells that I pushed into it. So that's how you get that kind of effect.
That texture.
So I'm just going to put the glass into
again, imagine your black gesso on there. And
yeah.
Gently or dry brush some metallic paints.
Yep. Yep, I'm with you.
It'd be fun, wouldn't it?
So you can see that that's just going to place down inside. Like that.
Effect.
And then we're just going to place that.
This is really impressive stuff.
Over the top, lovely. Isn't it? It's just so easy. And these frames, they're so cheap. But can you see?
That's lovely.
How cute that is.
How much do you think you could sell that for?
Well, you know.
Who knows? Who knows? But it's good. You can make your money back fairly quickly. You know,
you really
might be able to.
can.
Who knows? Who knows?
So,
but it's just the enjoyment of creating.
Yes, just put a couple of your little shells that you've done on the inside. Maybe to go on the outside. I did actually make the anchor. So again, that could be a feature piece there. So again, this is just in your air dry clay, and then I painted it. I actually used Spectrum Mars just to paint over the top of this to give this a little bit colour. So place that there. So you can do as much or as little as you wanted to. Yes, if that was in black gesso, you could go over with your gilding waxes. So all of that type of thing you can make from there.
That's absolutely beautiful. Looking at all that. That's brilliant. Thanks, Noy. That's mightily impressive.
But isn't it just? Wouldn't you think? Just my granddaughter Eve, she would love 2 or 3 of those in her bedroom. So you can see it's so simple. It doesn't have to be a huge frame. Just the little frames just lend themselves perfectly to that kind of detail.
Well, there we go. It's a wonderful selection. Now, we've got about 5 minutes left on the show. Okay. Shall we look at some of the examples from one of the specials? Yes. That's breathtaking. That was a journey went on there. How absorbing was that? Well, do you know what? The moulds, by the way, so just the moulds on the way, approaching 1/3 of the stock on, so it's the 8 moulds. Do see them on the website, the Seaside moulds. A lot of the seahorse individually has... a lot of the individuals have sold out, so do bear that in mind. Come down, let's have a look at what we got.
Right.
So for those who just tuned in, what have we got on the one-day special? Why is it such good value?
Well, it's pure quality.
Right.
So the quality is in the artwork, in all of the beautiful detail that Teresa Goodrich has done for us in the papercraft pad. The quality is in the moulds.
Lovely.
So you've got all that beautiful detail.
That's what you can create.
So there's 10, I think, 10 seashells in there. And
again, by the way, you can use hot things as well, like hot glue.
Yes, hot glue.
What about your? Because you can get like embossing powders, quite thick crystals. That it's heat resistant.
Ultra thick, yes.
Well, ultra thick embossing crystals. Yeah, that's the ones. Yeah. Okay.
And again, we're talking quality. You've got the best clay that you can get. Absolutely beyond anything else I've ever used, because it picks detail.
I would buy one separately for chocolates. You know, I see some, some lovely shell kind of chocolates. Not saying copy, not saying for your own good, for your own use. They're going to be beautiful. Imagine that, a chocolate one of them. A chocolate one of them.
Oh,
marbles,
in your ice cream.
There we go. I'm trying to be good. Don't talk about ice cream. 1 minute you can't pay me to eat a biscuit, the next time I'm having a kebab in bed. It's a slippery slope for me. Can't talk about chocolate anymore.
Okay.
Obviously you have one separately for food stuff, obviously.
So when we're talking about samples, doing things that are a little bit different, so you can see that we've used a dye over the top of that, and I've used an oval dye, but we set that onto acetate, so that gives it, again, that underwater kind of look.
Isn't that nice? It's beautiful, isn't it?
Very, very simple.
By the way, if you have just switched on, then look at this. We made a card like this in this hour. If you want to know how this was done, It was done this hour. By the way, if you like the globes, just while we're looking at this, 15 of them, £11.99. Details right there.
They are so usable.
They're nice,
you're just going to love them. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And see, that's a very, very simple card. Now, that was used, as we've just said, by setting the die over the top of that artwork, and then we've used the die again for the background, but then it's just those little shells that you get with this fantastic set. It really does make a difference. When we're talking about embellishments, they're so expensive.
Well,
but you've got that, and then you're going to be able to use it all the time.
But this is a tool you can just, again, you just stock up on clay.
Yes.
And you need a little bit, and this is the air dry clay we use. You do get that with the one day special, but it's light. You can post that. You can post that absolutely fine. Sure,
well, you can see how the embellishments just really make it so much more fun. The artwork, amazing as it is, I love to set it with
we've got 2 minutes on the show, just to let you know.
And that, again, that's a very, very simple card to make. I do have a sample that I can do a demo on over the next, maybe a couple of shows. But again,
beautiful.
Absolutely, and they're different.
And what have you
they're
used on
totally
that?
different.
Actually, it's some sparkly.
Yeah.
Quite sparkly, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Joe, you've got your sparkle pens. So on the actual shells, the air dry clay, you can use your gesso, so your gilding waxes.
Yes, gilding waxes. You can use your acrylic paint. You can use your nail varnishes. You can use glossy accents to give it that washed look of the sea. So there's loads and loads of things you can do with that.
And don't forget, you're saving us £17, which is actually the price of this on its own. So normally £16.99 for this. So it's like paying for the mould and the clay and getting this through. That's what it's kind of like.
Yeah.
I've just been told lots of you sounds like are buying one of these as well as the one day special. So obviously once you've used this, it's a shame to run out. Have one of these as a spare. One to stroke, one to craft with.
Yes,
I think,
totally.
So there we go. This is celebration of the artwork. It's magnificent, isn't it?
Look at the lovely additionals you get. So you've got your fish, you've got your sentiments, you've got your coral, you've got your tortoise. Isn't he just adorable?
I know the tortoises. They're beautiful,
so cute.
There we go. And there's a sneak peek. And these are embellishments, focal points. But then you've got backgrounds as well. There we have them. Well, there's more pages to all of these. Matt will show you some later on between 8 and 9 p.m. But again, been a very, very big one-day special. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's been brilliant working with you. Thanks very much, Norrie.
You're very welcome. It's been lovely. It's been so exciting to be able to share.
Yeah, well, lovely demonstrations. They were journeys. They're showstoppers. They're all handshakers. Thanks very much. But don't forget, any questions, do email them through studio@hochanda.com. We'll have them ready to answer for Matt's show between 8 and 9 o'clock this evening. Join Noreen then. Any questions, go of course into ring as well if you prefer. You can still shop after the hour. Thanks, Noreen. Thanks to your home. We'll see you later.
Bye.
We've got cross-stitch designs by Permanent. That's with Joey and, of course, Matt after the break. K2 Designs, like I said, one day special at 8 o'clock this evening. We'll see you live in the studio in about 2-3 minutes' time. Have a lovely evening. I'll be back tomorrow.
Hi everyone, I'm Gordon.
I'm Justin.
And
together we are Be Creative.
Justin and I formed our company just under 1 year ago to bring you new and exciting products under the Be Creative brand.
We have a fantastic relationship with Hochanda, and we love to share our ideas and creation with you, our viewers.
So why not come be creative with us
here at Hochanda?
Hi, I'm Katie from Sizzix, and I've been crafting since I had my first daughter 16 years ago. I've been in the craft industry now for 5 years, and in that time I've become a creative designer and worked with many companies. I'm really pleased to be working for Sizzix and to be on Hochanda to bring you inspiration and education and show you how to get the best from our machine and our dies. With Sizzix, the possibilities are endless, and we want to show you how. So don't forget to tune in for my shows with Sizzix here on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Emma.
And I'm Pam.